Hello and welcome to the Nash Tackle Off the Hook podcast. It is
Christmas
time. It's a Christmas special. Basically, in concept, I'm going to get each one of the team in and give them a few questions just to have a little sort of summary of their year and a little bit of festive fun at the end.
I just hope they're sober enough by the end. Or they haven't eaten all the grub before I get to it.
Who's last on my list? Whoever that is has got to hold tight.
I've done a big pot of chilli. I've done about 60 sausage rolls, the spicy ones. We know all about them.
Yeah.
Mince pies.
Yeah. It is Christmas, mate.
I even made my own bread. Go with the chilli.
Your own bread? Mm-hmm. I need to sample this before those boys destroy it, mate.
Banging bread.
I will get on that and give you a mark out of 10, but I'm sure it'll be good.
You make sure you do.
Yeah. Our first guest on the Christmas special is Kev.
In a rather tasteful outfit of a very stylish Christmas jumper.
That is very tasteful, mate.
My Stone Island trackies, but look at, we can't see it on the camera, can we?
Well, I don't know.
My bivvy slippers, the latest Nash camo bivvy slippers. Sod wearing these on the bank. I'll wear them in the house. They are
nice.
pucker.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a bit of Christmas product placement, mate. Perfect stocking
I look
fillers.
so coordinated. Not. Dear.
As it's Christmas, I'm going to roll off the questions. Kev, answer at free will. I think this is going to be quite tasty by the way we get through this. Kev, 3 words to describe your year. Four letters.
Challenging.
Yeah.
I can only say it's been challenging. It's been immensely sad at times. So sad. Hopeful.
Yeah, nice. Next year's got to be a good one, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be. I've never known a year so bad in my life. I've never known so much challenge, so much grief, so much sadness. So you can just bet next year is going to be the opposite. It's going to be the greatest year that we've lived on the planet. Got so much positivity. End of COVID. Back to having holidays. Yeah, it's going to be so much great stuff to look forward to.
Roll on 2021.
Roll on. It's going to be the year. And we had to cancel my 65th year this year. All the parties we planned and whatever because you couldn't do it. So I'm 65 next year as well. So that's another positive. I actually lost a year.
Yeah, if you don't have a party, that don't count.
It don't count. So I've actually gained a year. So I'm not 66 next year. I'm 65.
I look forward to that party.
Oh, we've got some banging parties and stuff going all over Europe, basically.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rightly so, mate. Second question, your favourite or most memorable capture of this year?
I'm going to put that down to a young lad called Reen. He's 10 years old. He's the son of a guy called Paul Tolley, who used to work for me from the age of 16. He was my apprentice. Taught him. Gave him his grounding in carp fishing. He's a bloody good carpang down there. He worked for Nash. He was particularly stroppy and argumentative man. And then I said to Paul, you need to leave, mate.
Really?
Oh, yeah. There's been 3, I'll give you 3 examples of this, where I just knew he couldn't fit into an organisation. Because of his strong head and this, I knew he needed to work for himself.
Right.
So I said, Paul, I never sacked him. I just kept saying, Paul, go.
Yeah.
And he eventually left, and now he's got a very successful groundworking business. Very proud of him. In fact, he's been doing some work for me.
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't know how it works. People work for me, I pay them, but then I still think I need to do them a favour. So I offered him a weekend on the church with his son, Reen. Lovely lad. Paul can be so proud of him.
Yeah.
Beautiful boy. 10 years old.
Yeah.
And with his dad's great ability at carp fishing. The boys having a magic childhood.
Yeah.
His dad takes him all over. England. Well, all over. He takes him to France a lot fishing. The kid just doesn't know how lucky he is. Yeah. Anyway, I popped down to see them. I think it was a Saturday. They started on the Friday, and the Aunt Courtney thing. So I'd already told Reen this spot to fish, and so when I'm sitting there having a beer with his dad, I said, "Oh, have you got a rod in that spot?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "How far out?" He said, 3 meters, 4 meters. I said, "I told you it was a margin spot." No one now they don't understand margin now, do they? Margin is anything from like 5 to 20 meters out. It's not proper margin fishing. So I said, "You're too far out." I said, "You need to be at the bottom of the shelf. You need to find that. It's like meter and a half out."
Yeah.
So I said, go and sort your rod out." So me and his dad are talking. We weren't going to go and help him because we were enjoying the beer. Paul does like a beer as well. Anyway, lad come back up, and he said to me, "How do I find that spot? How do I?" So I tried to explain him about plumbing off the rod tip.
Yeah.
Pull some line out, fill the lead down, and get the lead to touch the bottom just as your rod tip's on the surface.
Yeah.
Then go down the shelf. If your rod tip goes under the water and you're still not on the bottom, you need to pull more line out. Yeah, and I explained that to him, kind of only half-heartedly, because me and his dad are having a great beer now and we're enjoying life. The boy can sort his own shit out. Anyway, come back about 20, 30 minutes later. I said, "Well, did you find it?" He said, "Yeah." And he explained to me that process. I thought, good boy.
Yeah.
I was absolutely convinced, he was on the bottom of the shelf. Anyway, first thing the next morning, he's had a PB, a 28-pound fully scaled.
Oh, wicked.
Oh, just so chuffed.
Yeah.
So chuffed for the lad, The next morning, he's had a 43 and a quarter.
No way.
In a way, a little bit, that's too big a fish, but the kid deserved it. I sat there and watched him work it all out himself, do it himself, while his dad and me were having a beer, and they had a result like that.
That's mega, isn't it?
It just filled me with joy.
Yeah.
It just filled me with joy, I've often said, the cycle of a true carp angler is first you want to catch carp, then you want to catch more, then you want to catch the biggest, then you want to just help others catch.
Yeah.
And that is the most lovely moment of it all, where any selfishness or any desire for your own personal gain has gone, and you just got the full, pure joy of seeing others go through the journey you did. And so, big up to Reen if you're listening to this, mate.
But not only that, mate, that lake, the church, has done infinite amount of PBs, mate. It's made a lot of people's dreams come true.
I can't remember the figure I used to say. It was something like, years ago, I stopped counting at 400 odd PBs.
Wow.
It's probably over 600-700 now.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It is ridiculous, yeah. There's not a water of its size in the country that, has such a stock of big fish. But more importantly, the way I manage it, I keep the pressure to a minimum. It's never been about earning, It hasn't broken even for 2 years, because of COVID the year before. But it was never about money. It's just about the joy of people, having a great time.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that. A 10-year-old with a 43-pounder.
Oh.
Next question, highlight of your year.
Cool, I just thought I said it. Highlight of my year.
Surviving
it.
Surviving COVID.
I think that's fairly true. Yeah, I have to say. And God knows how many businesses or ordinary people, to be honest, who at one stage when COVID first emerged, wondered, what their futures are going to be. And that was no different for Nash. I was really scared and I had this awful dream. I don't want to be doom and gloom, but I had this awful dream of me standing in front of all my staff, all 140 of them, that rely on me with their families. And I was on a football pitch next to our headquarters, and they was all in rags and basically skeletons. And I was saying to them, "Sorry, you've all lost your jobs and you're going to die and starve." Wow. And that's how stressed I got about it. How worried I was. For a period, and then it just went the other way. The fishing tackle trade went berserk. But Yeah.
It must be a response. That is a big responsibility, though, especially times like that are so uncertain.
It's a massive responsibility. You know, I think I've said I started Nash, well, it's Happy Hooker then.
Yeah.
For my own self-indulgence, you know, going fishing.
Yeah.
But then I matured very lately. I have hastened to add. I think it was yesterday, the day before. No, but then I matured and realised, you know, a lot of people relied on me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
so,
totally.
Yeah, so it's about a lot more than me now. You know.
Surviving COVID. But also, you said to me, we were talking in a previous pod, actually, in the intro, you said before, if you like, COVID was a thing, you were West Indies way, and you said that you had a bout of, well, typical COVID symptoms, didn't you?
Yeah, I was travelling between Antigua and St Kitts exactly 5 days after I left Gatwick, which is, you know, the period they say when you have the symptoms. It's 38 degrees. I had a hoodie on, my teeth are chattering, absolute freezing, enormous fever. Then this dry cough started, the likes of which I've never had in my life. I've never had a dry cough, you know, and it got so bad, you know, trying to cough nothing, that I actually cracked a rib.
Wow.
Several times I woke up in the middle of the night and like couldn't breathe, jumping out of bed, almost panic attacks. Oh my God, you know, can't breathe. The fevers at night were unbelievable. Lost my sense of taste. But it couldn't have been COVID because this was the end of September. But, you know, logic tells me how many people have got flus and various viruses before someone says, well, actually, this is a bit different.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? But
either way, highlight surviving, you've definitely done that.
Right. I have observed, you know, I got through it. I've just got some virus, you know, I'll get through it. But I did say to someone, if I had it again, I'll be thinking, shit, I've got COVID.
Yeah,
I'm 66. It's against me. Well, I survived. You know, I think kind of I got through it for no other reason, my naivety, that it's just a virus.
Yeah, there's a lot in
It's kind
that.
of interesting that, isn't it?
There's a lot in that mentally, isn't there?
No, it's, yeah, massively. You know, your brain is so powerful.
Yeah,
you know, it
too
really
right.
Yeah.
The lowest point of your year?
That was only 2 weeks ago. Took the funeral of one of my two dearest friends, fishing friends, who none of you know him. There's a guy called Trevor Catton. He was never on the fishing scene, but I fished a lot with him from 2000 onwards. I also, he and me also fished with my dearest fishing friend, I would guess, over the years, and that was Jeff Pink, who died in March. Yeah. So, yeah, in under 9 months, 7 months, I've lost my two dearest fishing friends. Brutal. What a year! Yeah, what a year. Yeah,
fair. That is poignant. Rest in peace, and yeah, God bless. Thoughts are with his family and everybody.
Come on, give me a brighter question.
Yeah, sorry, mate. What are you looking forward to most about Christmas, Kev? There we go. Brighter.
Family around. Yeah. How my Christmas works. Lee always comes around on Christmas Eve. Well, both my boys do. Yeah. Christmas Eve. I've never had the opportunity to see them Christmas Day. The majority of it, because their mums always want them. So the tradition has always been they come over Christmas Day evening, and they stay till first thing Christmas morning, which has always been really cool with me, to wake up with them Christmas morning, open presents, and you go and keep mums happy. Sadly, Lee's only coming over Christmas Eve now.
Right.
I'm cool with that. He's got his own lovely lady now, and I'll tell you the next bit maybe in a little while. My other son, Joe, he's in Amsterdam, so he can't get over.
Oh,
anyway, so that was always Christmas Eve. So Christmas Day, I've always had a tradition. I mentioned it on the podcast you put out Sunday, that of going to three compasses in Hanningfield.
Yeah,
I lived in Hanningfield for about 10 years. Rosie, the landlady there, she's like my second mum. As I said, in her 80s. We always go over there for a few. I have a few beers. Dixie, bless her, doesn't drink. She just drives the paralytic old man. And then we come home and have baked beans on toast.
Yeah.
So that kind of really does appeal to me. What do you have for dinner on Christmas Day? Turkey? No, we have baked beans on toast.
But mate, you're missing out.
Oh, it's so cool. Baked beans on toast. And then I start prepping Christmas dinner, which is Boxing Day.
You are missing out.
And
Dom Perignon in a hot tub, mate, is what you said to me.
I told you before. Yeah, and after we've had baked beans on toast, we then sit in the hot tub with the stars and...
That sounds like a good Christmas.
You can do 100 odd quid on a bottle of booze. I don't know, but it has to be done. So, yeah, we have a bottle of Dom Perignon, and then I start prepping the turkey. I can't call it Christmas dinner because there's not much of it left. So then I start prepping the turkey dinner, which is Boxing Day, and yeah, then it's a big household. It was 19 last year.
Oh, that is
19. Yeah, I think it might be more this year actually. Trouble with Dixie's family is they breed like rabbits. You just never know when the next one's going to turn up.
Come on in, we've got enough. Get yourselves in here. That'll be nice, mate.
Yeah, it's cool. It's
Responsibility
really cool.
cooking for that.
Well, I always say like 6-7 hours prepping, half an hour eating, and 4 or 5 hours washing up. Meanwhile, they're all in here, watching telly or all asleep, But
you don't cook and do the washing up, Kev?
Oh, yeah.
No way.
I actually wouldn't want it any other way.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I let all the family, just enjoy, and I'll just
that sounds
I'll just
epic.
cracking.
Nice.
Crack on, I mean. Yeah.
What's your funniest moment of the year?
It's all about your sense of humour, isn't it? People got such different senses of humour. I'm very, very dry. Very dry.
Yeah.
I'm also a lateral thinker, but I still giggle about it now. I've got a lovely friend called Swanee who's got garn fishing in Milton Keynes.
Yeah.
He's one of the quite many regular groups of anglers come down to the church. It is kind of nice. It's hard to get on there now because it's almost like a family lake. People come year after year. Anyway, excuse me. He is a great tradesman, particularly kitchens, and he said, I want to do the lodge up. So he's been, excuse me, it's beer. He's been down a couple of times in the autumn, working the lodge, sort me out a new kitchen and everything. Anyway, he's got Comedy Dave with him. He was doing a great job. And I just said to him one day, I said, why is he called Comedy Dave? He just looked at me all flat pan, which made me almost laugh, as if I was the most stupid person on the earth because I didn't know the answer to the question.
Yeah.
He said, because he ain't funny. It just really appealed to my sense of humour.
Yeah.
And I still think about it because it ain't funny. A number of people have told the story, but probably most people won't get it. But I had a great one yesterday. That was funny. Another tradition, since my two boys, like Lei to whatever, was there was a Christmas tree farm, and we go down there and select.
Yeah.
But the first time we went down, they was all actually grown there when it first opened, and we selected our Christmas tree, and it was chopped down. And I'm a real softie for Christmas. I love every element of it, and so every year since we go onto the Christmas tree farm to select our tree. That particular Christmas tree farm, they sold the land for housing, made a fortune, and then they've gone and bought a farm, but they still do it somewhere else. Anyway, so we arranged with Lee, my son. We'd go over there Saturday morning at 8. Saturday Joe can't because he's in Amsterdam, as I said.
Oh, yeah, cool.
But you want to get there early because otherwise they'll get bought. So we turned up at 8, had a lovely time picking up Christmas trees and all that, and come home. Then I thought I'd pop into work and see Alan, which is what I did. Anyway, I'm having a tea with Alan and Dean. Big up to Dean. Very fond of him. All you guys who fish the church will know him well.
He's a legend.
My estate manager, he's a legend, as you say, has popped in with his son. And said, what have you been up to, Dean? He said, I've just been to the Christmas tree farm. I said, what, blah, blah, blah. He said, yeah, so he's been to the same one at me.
Yeah.
I said, what time did you get there? He said, 8 o'clock. I said, we was there at 8 o'clock. well, yeah, it's a nice little place, but it can't be more than an acre or two. How the hell did I miss him?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So try and get my head around that. We both been to the Christmas tree farm at the same time and never saw him. Whatever. Then that afternoon, he puts a post up, right, and he's photographing his family at the Christmas tree farm. Behind him, no more than 20 foot away, is me, Ridge, and Dixie. And I couldn't believe it. He still hasn't seen us. So I called him. I said, Dean, he had not seen us in the background of that photo.
That's classic, Dean.
Well, it does explain why I have to say to him, Dean, that tree's dying.
Yeah.
And you notice that tree's dying. Yeah. You'd have 20/20 vision and not see anything. It's a bit like you turn up a lake, isn't it? To walk into a swim. Say the guy, you caught anything, mate? No, I ain't seen caught anything. You seen any fish, mate? No. There's 50 fucking carp in front of me. You can't get your head around it. There's one thing having quality eyesight, but it's got to compute with the computer, the brain. Yeah.
There's a little malfunction in his USB connection though. He's a good lad.
That's right. Mate. Oh, Dean's great. Yeah, so that was a bit of a laugh on Sunday.
That's brilliant.
But we do have, we have a laugh all the time.
Right. What's been your favourite Nash video?
I think it would be the last Eurobanks, which we mentioned me in the Caribbean. Alan actually rang me and said hi while they was having the party.
Yeah.
Next door. The mega party at the end of it. One of my regrets will obviously be missing that party, but I wouldn't have missed that party. But I booked to go to Antigua and St Kitts, and then Alan changed the dates of Eurobanks. So
it's Alan's fault.
It was Alan's fault. Good. Yeah, but I just thought, to be honest, it brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah, it did.
I thought it was a mega end to a mega series. It's one of the greatest I think fishing's ever seen. All down to Alan and Ollie. They just mega. Unless you see Alan at the end of one, you could never understand what he used to put into it.
Oh, mate, it's heart and soul, isn't it?
More than that, mate.
Yeah. God. And I think like a really fitting end. That fish, the dinosaur that Ollie caught back here, and Alan caught that fish with his girls when the girls came down. I thought that was a beautiful ending, mate.
Beautiful bit of film.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Lovely. Fair play. Your favourite Nash product of the year? Ooh.
Oh dear. I think I'm very proud of the hide. That was, me wanting to take to be honest, I'm a brolly angler. Yeah. And it just struck me I wouldn't use a Titan. It's too much for a long stay campers. Yeah. Bivvy. But I did understand, if you could convert a brolly into a Titan into a brolly with all its attributes that a brolly hasn't got, most notably rigidity, not needing all that bivvy stick support, it might actually survive a wind. So I set to, and out of it come the hide, which, I'll never understand why anyone could ever use an umbrella now. It's a funny thing, isn't it? How we're all individuals and we all, stick with various things, but logic tells you, evidence tells you the umbrella is dead because of the hide. And then from the hide, Alan and Mikey, has to say, I was less involved, wanted to tweak it a bit and make the camo one with the little peak on it. And
that's a mega bit of kit,
and they've done that, and the camo hide, and the real big one would be the XL hide. They're huge. So I think that's my favourite, but also it's a product of the year of Nash.
Yeah, that camo hide. I think I've done one night in mine. It's a spanker, and it's absolutely brilliant, mate. So fair play on that. That's a good shout. Yeah. Ambitions for next year.
Survive. Be able to have me party that I never had this year, and all the stuff I got planned. Get back to normal. That's my ambition.
Yeah, sound. Fingers crossed. It's got to, hasn't it? Yeah. As you say, it's got to be a better year. Any New Year's resolutions?
Survive.
I can see the train of thought here, mate. And your Christmas message to the people?
Survive.
Yeah, that is a
let's get through this year, guys, girls, and have a complete different outlook next year. It's coming good. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel now. Let's get back to rock and roll. Yeah. I was hoping to go to Glastonbury this year on my 65th. Oh, we haven't got, that's where I want to get next year. Yeah, back to normal. Yeah. Let's get back to rock and roll and having a great time. And all be happy.
Yeah, business as usual, hopefully.
Business as usual, yeah.
Glastonbury. You've missed a year anyway. You're 65th next year, Kev. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's all right. Right, the last part is I'm going to call it Nash Mates. Basically, I'm going to give you a scenario. You need to name the appropriate Nash team member that this applies to. So, best dressed.
Me.
Oh, it's good. Worst dressed.
Max Hendry.
No hesitation,
No,
Kev.
Absolutely not.
Brutal.
Anyone who walks around in what I call sandals, what they call them, sliders and things like that.
Yeah,
and he's got socks up to his knees, needs to get some treatment.
Nice.
Yeah, that's how my dad used to dress. Jesus. We used to call them Jesus sandals or something.
Jesus creepers. That is a fitting character assassination.
Absolutely, Max. Still love you though, mate.
Funniest.
Funniest what? Person?
Member of the team, yeah.
Oh, it's got to be Tom. He's got such a dry sense of humour. I've only got to look at him, he makes me laugh. Bizarre thing about Tom is he's just so shy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won't say boo to a goose. He needs a camera stuck up his nose for the rest of his time. Then he just come out of his shell.
He's funny.
He is. Oh, he's just so dry.
What was that? His podcast was brilliant about the what was it?
Oh, well, in the boat.
About the koi pew, wasn't it?
Koi pew.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I had a similar story actually.
Murdering koi pew.
No, it's nothing to do with koi pew, but it was Kavanagh.
Yeah.
It was in a boat. The owner of Kavanagh, Mr. Gavee, had asked us if we could take him some firewood up to his house. Well, it was a place that 50-acre lake. It was always cutting down trees. We stacked the logs.
Yeah.
It's coming up to autumn. So he asked if we could take a load of logs up. So me and another lad, we loaded a load of logs into the punt and put the electric motor on, punting up there, and I looks down and I got a punt full of adders.
Oh my God.
They've all got in these logs and whatever.
What do you do?
Well, I didn't do what Tom did. I jumped out of the boat.
Did you?
Yeah. And we then got another boat and towed it to shore. We cautioned, but there was like 20 adders. 20 adders in that boat. Yeah, and some of them were seemed 2-3 foot long, huge things. Yeah.
It's not that they could do some damage, mate. If they bit you, they're not like grass snakes, are they? They're proper.
Well, they are venomous. I understand. If you get quick medical attention, you'll be okay. But don't know how much attention you need for the number that was in that boat. Yeah, it scared the shit out of me. Yeah,
don't want to roll the dice on that one, do you?
Yeah.
Nice. Grumpiest member of the team.
Me.
The carpiest or Mr. Carpy.
Me. No. I think I'll give that to Dan.
Yeah.
I think the coolest Carpang is the one who never catches anything. I think he's had 3 fish this year, so I'll give that one to Dan. He is so cool; he doesn't even have to catch carp.
I love that.
Yeah. And when he does catch one, by the way, it's repeat capture for 3 years before.
You've stitched him up a kipper.
The fact is, it was a momentous fish from one of the most awesome lakes in the country. We won't tell him that, but
no, we'll edit that bit out.
Make sure you do.
Best dancer.
Oh, absolutely, that's me.
Yeah, you've got some.
We've had a next and a next, but
I've seen them. Biggest tackle tart.
Mikey. Oh. No, well, within Nash, although we're beginning to Nash him. When he arrived, he was total tackle tart. But no, we're getting him sorted now. But within the company, he's still the biggest tackle tart. I don't think he's folding handles
No, he's not
anymore now. But he's still.
I was on Raspberry with him a short time ago and made him unfold and make.
He's got rid of that, has he?
Needless, that is.
Okay.
Most sensitive.
Mikey. Still the most sensitive. Bless him.
Most organised.
Adam. Drives him mad. Drives him mad. I remember we went to Gomera we had a 3-hour row in the office. You know, he's coming, because of we're flying.
Yeah.
You know, I've been doing that since 1988 when I first went to Canaries. You know, and that's to learn that. You know, all the strokes. You know, you're allowed got 20 kilos or whatever. You know, got all this gear. You know, so I knew about minimalising. You know, what is important and what's not. You know, so he's coming in the office with all this gear. Yeah, we're about 5 times over the weight. Oh. Yeah, and I had to 3 out. No, you're not taking that, Anna. That's going.
Yeah.
What about me Leathermans? You don't need a Leathermans. That's going. It just went on and on,
Ruthless.
until I stripped him down. But no,
he is organised.
He needs all that kit to be so organised. Yeah, you know, he's got. Well, we used to call it a filofax. You know, God knows a filing system. He's got for all his gear.
I've seen his little room in the back. There's everything in there, mate. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is organised. I'll give you that. Who takes the longest setting up?
Well, that's Alan as well. Yeah.
Is it?
Oh yeah. I remember fishing with him a few winters back, and I'd pack. We say, right, let's pack up. I'd pack up. Be waiting by the van for him, and I worked out I could have gone back to work and probably written 5 emails by the time he got to the van again because of the amount of gear.
Yeah,
to carry. Yeah. Mr. Every opportunity. Yeah, nothing's left to chance. Yeah, this is the middle of winter. Yeah, if suddenly they're taking floaters, he's got the 12-foot floater rod, the controllers, and everything. Yeah, even in frigging January. Yeah,
that's why the power barrow was invented, I think, mate, just to keep all his gear on.
He needs a JCB, mate, not a power barrow.
Who's most likely to cast in a tree?
Ooh. I'm going to put that to Hendry. Only because when Hendry joined us, he was pretty, shall we say, basic. Bless him.
Green around the gills.
Green around the gills.
Most likely to blank.
There's got to be Dan again.
Yeah,
he never fishes. He's too busy, behind the canvas. Bless him.
And when he does, he's fishing for 2 fish in 1,000 acres.
Exactly. You'd think you'd be a bit more clever in that, wouldn't you? You work, yeah. What do you learn? That when fishing time is minimal, you pick your best chances, your best options. You don't go and fish 1,000 acres for 2 carp.
I'm trying to think.
That's why I said he's Mr. Cool.
Yeah, he is Mr. Carp.
Or brainless.
When did I start? I started November, and he rang me first week in November. First lot of frost had come, and he was doing a week on I think he was Ferry, wherever he was fishing, and I was like, that of all times of the year, of all weather conditions, is probably the hardest mission. Full stop.
Yeah, and he ain't been on there for X months. He ain't got a clue where they are.
Exactly. But fair play.
Why do you want to put yourself through that?
Floats his boat, doesn't it, Kev?
Floats his boats, as you say.
Who would you choose to net your PB?
It's got to be Alan.
Yeah, good one. And the
long-term fishing.
Yeah,
companion.
Mate. Well, he's netted a few big fish for you, hasn't he, mate?
Well, he has, but we've kind of joined at the hip. One knows what the other's thinking. You'd never worry he could knock it off the hook. I'd like to think you feel the same about me. You just instinctively know each other.
Yeah.
When to make the moves.
Yeah, fair play. Final question: who is your Nash Tackle Carp Angler of the Year 2020?
It's got to be me.
Yes, Kev. Boom.
Is that it?
2 right. Kev, thank you very much, mate.
Listen,
Merry
everyone
Christmas.
listening to this, hope I made you laugh, blah, blah. You guys have a great Christmas. And listen, next year is going to be one where we're all going to smile and be happy. One to remember. God bless you all.
My second guest, victim, whatever you want to call it. Dan.
Hello.
Back, mate. How are you?
Thanks.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. It's nice to be back, finally, on the podcast, after being exiled like Mufasa. Was it Mufasa? No, Simba.
Who was it?
Simba was
it
exiled.
Simba? Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Lion King, big up.
Yeah, big ups to Lion King. Very festive, mate.
I tried.
Explain to me your outfit choice here.
It's not as good as some of the lads in there. They're looking good. But this is last year's Christmas jumper, but the lights have failed me. So I went for a matching hat.
I like the hat edition is strong. It's very strong, mate. A lot of
double nose.
Double Rudolph red nose.
Yeah.
Still got the lights, mate.
Check you out showing off. For those who aren't watching it, they're listening to it. Hassan has just twinkled on his twinkly Christmas lights.
Free flowing nipple lights.
Yeah, love it.
You can't ask for any more than that.
Love a nipple light.
Right, Dan.
Hello.
We're going to go straight into the questions, mate.
Yeah.
All right?
Hit
a little summary of your year. Starting with...
What a year.
It's been an interesting one. 3 words to describe your year.
3 words to describe my year would be really fucking quick. No, I could have done that in. I used
the F word.
I used the F word as a filler, but I should have just put went really quick instead of.
Nice.
I've said it now. Really fucking quick.
I think it's a sign of intelligence if you swear, isn't it?
Yes.
That's what people who swear say.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it was quick, mate.
Mate, flown by.
But you had a bit. Did you have a bit of time off for furlough, or were you straight in all the way through?
I think I did a week of furlough,
Wow.
which I just worked anyway.
Yeah,
But
catching up on bits. Yeah.
Yeah, it just flew by, mate. Like I'm pretty sure October didn't happen. People said it did. I don't think it did.
No.
But like considering we were all like locked in our houses for half of it,
Yeah.
it's just flown. I can't believe it's like it was a year ago we were sat on these sofas doing our little Christmas thing of last year. I cannot go over it. But
Quick, mate. They get quicker and quicker despite everything. I think the start of lockdown was pretty
me.
slow for me, but then I mean I still work through it. But yeah, as you say, for me, like August onwards, mate, it just didn't happen.
yeah, it's like it's almost played catch up. I guess it was slow beginning of the year, but then since being out of lockdown,
Mad.
it's flown. But yeah, it went really quick. That's how I describe this year.
Nice.
Nothing mental happened. It just went really, really quick.
Favourite capture. Doesn't necessarily have to be one of
I'll
your
just
own.
get the book of captures out and start flicking through it.
Mate, you had a couple of significant captures. Now. Well, one significant capture.
I caught 3 carp all year, Hassan.
One of them, mate, was with me, and you flopped it back.
Yeah, because I caught 3 carp. 2 were shitty little commons.
Mate, I would have taken... If I'd only caught 3 carp, I'd have taken the time to take a photo of that fish.
Yeah,
I just slopped it back nonchalantly.
it was like 10 o'clock at night. It was cold. It was wet. It was windy.
Yeah.
It wasn't that
You didn't want it,
impressive.
did you?
Nah.
You didn't want it.
I just went, get back in. The other one was little river carp that I caught. Once we did the Gaz podcast, me, Gaz and Curly went down the local river.
Ooh, carpy lads, river
were
carp.
Yeah, but I offered you the river.
You did, mate.
And you were too scared.
I took the fishery, mate.
Yeah.
I love a dead set. I
Yeah.
don't need that sort of Nash river stuff, mate.
Nah, it was cool.
Just get me on a place where there's characterless simmers. That's no, it's a significant capture, mate. You took a photo of the river carp though, didn't you?
No.
Did you not?
It was just a little pale comment. It was one of the little mirrors.
Because you were with Gaz,
Cracking.
wasn't it, and Curly?
No, because Gaz caught a little one, but it was a little mirror. And
Did
it
he
was mega.
Did he take a photo of
And
it?
we got it out and we had loads of photos with it. It was mega. But
Right.
no, I've decided my most memorable catcher of the year hasn't happened yet. Yes, it's December. Yes, it's late. But next week, I go to the most ridiculous pike fishery in the country.
Oh, you're going to the Grenville of Pike.
Honestly, people don't know this place exists.
No.
It exists. It is mental. It's like 4 acres, and like the amount of big pike in there is obscene, and the size they go to is obscene.
Mate, they are bigger than Kev's crocodile glass table.
Yeah, I'm going to be chinning something like that.
For those of you that obviously can't see this, we are not in the podcast studio. We are in Kev's conservatory, all Christmassy up. We've got a log burner, we've got a Christmas tree, and we've got Kev's, I would say festive, but he's not quite got a Santa hat on, crocodile glass table, which is pretty impressive.
Can you see it in that camera? You might just pick it up in that camera, but there's a
Might do.
massive crocodile. But yeah, I'm going to catch a massive pike. Like, honestly,
There's big ones in there, mate, and a lot of them.
yeah.
You've got to get a result there.
So even though it hasn't happened yet, I'm pretty sure I'm going to catch like a 36
called
pound
it.
pike.
You've called it early.
Called it.
That's big. Let's hope so for you, mate. I think you deserve it. You've worked a lot. You've done a lot of filming and not a lot of fishing.
Not a lot of fishing, but
No.
there's time yet.
Highlight of the year.
Highlight of the year. It's not going to be fishing related. Well, not for me on a personal level. It's been a good year all round, really. Pretty positive man. Don't look at the
I like the way you keep
negatives.
telling yourself that. It's good.
Yeah.
Every
Keeps
answer.
morale high. Highlight of my year. I did have a think, and I reckon like, everyone loves it when they've got like a mate who's texting them, they've caught the target fish, buzzing. And I don't want to ruin his story, but got a text early doors, Mikey Wilson. I've had it, lads. I fucking had it. And I was just like, yes. I was just like, hold it. I'll be there. Hold it.
Yeah.
And so he's just kept it in the net, and I've bombed it to Essex, like driving way too quickly.
Yeah.
Got there in like an hour. There was people in his swim, but because there is a no holding them rule, so quite rightly, he didn't wait for me. I've arrived, camera bag in tow, and he's just finishing off the water shots.
Yeah.
So one of the bailiffs was there and said to him,
look, mate, yeah.
And I said, Mikey, can we just do a little bit of talking and a few photos while you're in the water? And he was like, yeah, sure. But you could tell like the emotion. He was just so like exhausted as well. 45-pounder, big fish. And like the emotion was just overwhelming. He was tired. He was holding up. He was soaking wet. There was people everywhere. And I just got in the water. I got my camera shot set up. And I was like, Wilson, tell me how you're feeling. And he's just burst into tears.
I was going to ask, mate.
And he was just streaming. Like, there was the shame. It's a shame because we'll never use the footage.
Were you not?
No.
Out of respect.
It's just this. He got so snotty.
Yeah.
You know, he was
like uncontrollable blubbing.
Yeah. And from there, he didn't stop crying for, I'd say, like an hour. He was just crying and crying and crying, which is good because it was good tears, happy tears. Yeah. And all the photos are ruined. He's just bawling. He's put the fish back. He's on the phone to his missus and he's like, babe, I've done it.
Yeah. Of course. What carp fishing can do.
And yeah, he's just, he's never really been the same since. But yeah, I thought he, you know, it just got the most of him. I thought at one point I was like, this is a bit much.
Yeah, you need to stop this now.
Yeah.
It's a good job he doesn't cry a lot because then that would be
Wilson.
like, everyone's allowed a moment. It's a good job he doesn't cry a lot because that would be embarrassing.
Just started crying.
The wonderful world of carp fishing.
But it was a great highlight of my year. So
it sounds good, mate. Polar opposite.
Yeah.
Lowest point of the year.
Lowest point of the year. Do I have one? I've got no standout one.
No? It's because you're positive. You keep
Honestly,
telling
I don't have
yourself
a lowest point. I can't think. What was my lowest point of the year?
Decorating the whole podcast studio and Alfie taking credit for it? No? Happy with that?
No.
That's
I
good.
ain't got one.
That's good, mate.
Mate.
That is good. What are you looking forward to most about Christmas?
It being over.
It being over?
Oh, mate, it's...
You're not a Christmas fan?
Get me to spring.
What's this positive?
Yeah, I am positive. Christmas is the same every year, mate.
Yeah?
You put up a tree, you give people presents. It's a great time. I enjoy it, but I much prefer spring.
Yeah.
I hate winter. Get me past winter. Get like March. Clock's going forward, back, whichever it is.
Yeah.
It gets lighter in the evening. Just get me there. Can't wait.
The darkness.
What is it? It's almost
Do
the 22nd.
you not want the darkness?
Is it the 22nd where that's like the middle of the year and you
starts getting
light
again.
We're around the corner from that, like buzzing.
Happy.
So yeah, I cannot wait for Christmas to be over. Into next year, this year over.
Yeah.
Positive, going forward. Get back to some decent weather.
Nice. Right, so moving on.
Yeah.
Funniest moment of the year.
Funniest moment. It's funny because we're chatting in the office about our funniest moments of the year.
Yeah.
And so many of them, they just wouldn't be funny if we told them. Like, they're weird. Me and Henry were just in stitches talking about, we went for a social for his birthday a couple of weeks ago. And we were just, he's on Tinder. And we were just messaging girls on Tinder, like the weirdest things.
Of his account?
Of his account. Stuff like, I don't know. He was, what did he say? He messaged one of them going, just to let you know, love, I'm top rod on my winter ticket.
He put that as
and
a
just
message.
That's it.
That
nothing
is just
else.
genuinely his chat, though, isn't it? With women in general.
I think she replied just going, what does that mean? And he just obviously never replied, but like, But yeah, so it was.
She's not for me if she doesn't know what that means.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't know. It was quite hard to find one which other people would find funny. A couple of stories. One was that this year we've shot a Urban Banks London.
Right.
Exciting.
Is that exclusive?
Yeah, it is actually. Well, people will know because Blair put it out in a story that we shot one. But there was one particular night which was funny. They're really, really hard shoots because you know what Blair's like. Like some days we were walking like 15 miles, camera kit, everything. Like we're just chasing him around canals and that sort of thing. It was mad. So like there was one night where we were in a marina in the middle of London, fishing off the back of someone's houseboat, and they're right tight. All those little marinas, they're right tight knit little communities. And his neighbours and all that, they accepted us on. Like, yeah, come down. This is quite exciting. There's people here with cameras and they're trying to catch fish. It's weird, but we like it. And there was like a communal, like, sofa area with outdoor patio.
Nice.
And that. And so a few of them come down. They're watching us do our thing. And we ordered a Wagamama's and that. And everyone started having a few drinks. And there was this old boy who was funny as hell. I'm not going to obviously mention names and that. But this old boy who lived a few down. And he started to get pissed. And then it decided, or he decided, like midnight or something, that he was going to order Lady of the Night.
Oh, no way.
Yes. Or order some company for the evening.
Some
order.
company.
It was quite funny because me and Barney, who was filming with me, we were just going to sleep in the little communal area that night, just chuck our bed chairs out there. There was a little cover over the top. And yeah, I get woken. I crashed out, like, I don't know, midnight, half midnight, something like that. I crashed out. Everyone had gone to bed. It was like September time. It was so hot and I didn't sleep very well. And then at like 1:30, 2, I've just heard these high heels on the decking. Dig, 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 dig. And I've just woken up to like this little sort in her little dress walking down and then like leading her down to his boat. And I was just like, he went and did it. He's only gone and done it. And so...
but he took her to his boat, right?
Took her to his boat.
Oh, thank God it wasn't...
Didn't see him again.
Yeah.
Fell asleep. Wake up in the morning, and I was just like... I didn't sleep very well, and I was just like, that was a crazy night. Started shooting anyway. And Blair gets up, and Barn gets up, and we start shooting and whatnot. And a couple of the other guys have woke up, and I said, oh, did you see her last night? And everyone was like... I think Barn had woken up to her, Blair hadn't, and we were laughing and joking about it. I was like, didn't see her, I fell asleep though, didn't see her come back out.
Yeah.
Anyway, matey's emerged with a girl out of his boat, and they've got to
walk of shame.
It's a different one.
A different but no.
It was a different bed. And I was just like, that's not the same one I saw. So not only had he had one company
That's a big night.
For the evening, he'd got a second company for the evening, and she just walked past. I was just like, and he was just like, it's a good night. And I was in bit, honestly, when her little face popped up, and I was just like, it's not the same.
That's mental.
I was in bits. I was
the
rolling.
Houseboat community. If the houseboat's rocking, don't come knocking.
Yeah, literally. So, yeah, that was funny.
That is a good, and I like that.
A second one, because I've got two. One's a bit more close time. We had that new dot spod rod.
Yeah.
When the final samples came in, we all stuck our chests out and went up the new leg and started wanging them as far as we could. Alfie chucking it. You probably heard it in our podcast.
Yeah.
Him being all like, cash to the moon and back.
Level line casting.
Yeah. So he, he's got all the proper technique and that sort of thing. Wilson can't cast for shit.
Yeah.
Like his technique is atrocious. He just whoosh. Alfie's all up for having this big casting competition, chucking it and that. And so he wraps up. Oh, no, I think... Yeah, Wilson just wang one as far as he can. And we filmed it as well on the story.
Right.
Because Alf was like, we'll do a nice Instagram story. It'll be funny. Because
he thinks he's going to win
He thinks he's going to smash it.
Yeah.
I've had a go, not very good. Curly's had a go, not very good. I say not very good. We're all right.
Yeah.
Wilson's had a go, and he's just like, wanging it. Doesn't look like chucked it a long way, to be fair.
But no techers.
Like Alfie's come up, he's taken about 10 minutes, and like calculations in his head and the wind direction and that sort of thing, and he's wanged it as hard as he could, and he's just like, cleared the lake, I cleared the lake.
Did he actually clear the lake?
Yeah, he put it over the lake, but then like he was aiming, the lake goes off into a bay, and so we were all aiming down the bay, but his not very accurate, went straight. And he's cleared the lake, he starts wrapping it up, and he's going 31, 32, 33. And he thinks, oh, I've hit 40 wraps here. Yeah. He's gone, because Wilson didn't. Wilson got like 38.
Okay. 38.
So he's gone 36. And, and his face just dropped. And he was like, I must have miscounted. I'm rolling. I'm in bits. I'm laughing at.
He would hate that as well.
I think I'll probably be able to get the footage of it.
We'll
overlay it now.
35, 36, 37, 38.
Oh!
I
must have miscounted, he says. He's beat him. Look at the confusion.
Hang on, I must have miscounted. Oh, that doesn't make sense. I just cleared the lake.
Boom. And I was just in bits because his face dropped, and then he was just like, no, I must have miscounted. So he's done it again. And as he's got it, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Oh, the clip's come off. The clip had come off.
He's been done by Wilson's.
So I reckon he's done the clip because he knows. Yeah. And he was well embarrassed, and I was just in bits. Hopefully, I'll get hold of the footage and you'll see it.
Get that, mate. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, it'd be good.
He can't live that. If it's in actual video footage as well, you go.
So that's the only like non-really immature thing.
They're good funny moments. They are, mate. They're good. What have we got next on here? Ooh. Favourite Nash video?
Due to the year, we haven't really put loads out, to be fair. Staff on furlough and not like shoots being cancelled left, right and centre, but favourite Nash, probably the Shrinker Tool product video.
The Shrinker Tool product video?
It was a belter.
Yeah? Is that sarcasm in your voice?
No, that was That's genuine aspirational tale of love, hate.
Get on the Shrinker Tool video.
Nah, it's probably. I hate Eurobank, so it's not going to be that. I've watched it a million times. Like
you editing that is ridiculous.
It was long. I just watched it a million times, so I hate it now. Let's say
a 24. Somebody's 24.
Mikey's 24.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Enjoyable. Nice.
Favorite Nash product? Don't say the Shrinker Tool.
What's my favorite Nash product? Probably my bed. Yeah. I've got a new bed this year. I had the same sleep system since I started Nash, since before I was at Nash, and I'd treat myself to a new bed this year.
You got indulgence? What you got?
Do you know what? I actually I got a sample MF60 off Wilson. Loved it.
Lovely.
I actually switched then to a standard indulgence because we do the MF60, which is the memory foam one. Yeah. We do a standard one, which is like our old ones. Yeah. And I actually prefer a bit of a firmer bed.
Okay.
I went compact.
Oh, did you?
Risky business with a bed because, it's small, but it's really, really small. But I loved it. Yeah. It's so small on my barrow, packs up tiny, really, really light. Yeah, it's probably my favourite.
Nice.
It's made a genuine difference to my fishing because I still get a comfy night's sleep, but also I can travel so light and chuck it on the barrow. So
nice.
I'll say that.
Good one here. Ambitions for next year.
Go fishing more.
Yeah, that's a good one for you, mate. You've done a lot of filming, mate.
Ambitions for next year is, outside of work is just, it's been a weird year for everyone, obviously. Yeah. Everyone's not really fished as much as they'd hoped. And so my ambitions for next year is just go fishing more. Very lucky at Nash that we get ridiculous opportunities to go and do things that some people just don't get the opportunities to do. Yeah. Places, venues, people we know in different countries who invite you over. And I guess my ambitions is just to take every opportunity that I can, as much as I can, go fish Europe, here, there, everywhere, as much as I can, and just keep
live the dream
on fishing.
Nice.
Actually catch some.
Any New Year's resolutions?
No, I don't really do it.
It's not carpy, is it?
It's just if I want to do something, I'll just start then trying to do it rather than waiting to a new year. I just never really done them.
Yeah. And your Christmas message to the Nash people.
To the Nash people, just keep your head down, boys. Spring's around the corner.
And girls. There's Nash.
Yeah, and girls.
Yeah.
Okay, keep your head down, people. Spring is around the corner.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Not one for Christmas, this boy. Right. Nash teammates. Okay, this is serious. Again, whichever member of the team, extended team from Nash, that is most fitting of the title, best dressed.
It's a hard one because we're all trollops. We're all bog trotters. Like, we take the piss out of Hendry for wearing jeans to work.
Yeah,
that's jeans. We're like, hey, posh boy.
Yeah.
With your jeans on?
Jeans.
Who do you think you are? Like, Wilson dresses up quite so. He's a bit quite fashionable in that. I can imagine he plucks his eyebrows and that, doesn't he? So
does he?
Yeah.
It's a revelation.
And bleaches places I can't say. So I'd say Wilson. He's fashionable. He's best dressed. He's smart. Yeah, I'd say that.
Worst dressed.
Blair.
Straight
up Blair.
No hesitation.
Yeah. I've seen him wear, like, outside of work, I've seen like bright blue, full head to toe bright blue tracksuit.
I've seen that.
Seen it, haven't you?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Atrocious.
The Smurf.
Yeah,
that's
atrocious.
big.
But him, like, they rinse me because, like, I always will wear white socks. There you go. For the cameras. Always wear white socks, sports socks, always have since I was a kid. And they rinse me because I look like a fool, apparently. You dressed as a Smurf, mate.
Yeah. He has got kids, though. Maybe it's for the kids.
All right. Take away the smell. Like, he just has the most horrendous, like, it's out there.
Yeah, he's out there.
He's really out there.
Give him that.
He's
Fair.
he's just a giant chav.
Yep, nice. Funniest. Ooh, that's tough.
It is tough. Like, I have a laugh with everyone. Like, bar none, I have a laugh with everyone in the office. But just for his fucking stupidity, it's got to be Hendry. Oh, I love him.
Rugby.
He's so, like, no way to explain. Like,
rugby.
some of the things he comes out with just kills me, and just the way he acts. Like, some of the stories on the bank and that sort of thing. He's becoming a fan's favourite, and he kills me on a daily basis.
He's funny. I'll give you that. Grumpiest.
Curly.
Yeah, good shout.
Curly's grumpy.
Good
Curly.
shout.
Anything you said, Curly, the first thing he says is, and that's it.
Yeah. No words.
Yeah.
Mr. Carpy.
Close one again between Curly but I think I'm going to give it to Bradley Chambers.
Yeah.
He's in the video team. He's a right Carpy. Like, he wears those, like, Crocodile Dundee hats and that sort of thing. I've seen him. He's a right, and, like, I remember out on sorry, it's meant to be quick fire about going off on one. We were on a shoot on Horseshoe, and I've just jumped, like, it started raining, chucking it down, big wind, and I've just jumped straight in the hide, get all the cameras under it. Yeah. I just look out, and Barnes got a video as well of him, like, he's got a tarp. He's just got, like, this camo DPM tarpaulin, which he's, like, trying to attach to a tree to cover his bed chair, and I was just like,
get a bivvy.
Yeah, just get a bivvy, mate. That's not that carpet, but he's a carpet.
That's Carpy, mate. Best dancer.
Don't know, really. I've not really seen too many people's moves. I reckon you've got a few moves in you.
Always got moves, mate.
Yeah, I reckon you have.
Always got moves.
I'm going to say, yeah, you're best dancer.
Yeah, never seen.
Never seen it, but
might have to be video documented.
I reckon so.
Might have to be at this party. You might see it. Biggest tackle tart.
I think there used to be a few people. Like, I think a lot of people will say Mikey, but he's got a lot better.
Yeah.
And
he doesn't fold real handles anymore.
Nah. I'm going to say Alfie just because he's a bit of a wetter. He's just a bit like he is. He's just a bit wetter. He is a bit wet. Like, he's like, he's just like, oh, I've got mud on my ground sheet.
He uses a ground sheet, does he?
Probably, yeah. It's the sort of thing you do, the tart.
Yeah, that's tart.
But he gets annoyed when, like, things are muddy and things are like, oh, it's got a bit dirty, or I've got, I don't know, fish on my hands. He's just...
You're going fishing.
He's a bit precious in that sense.
Fair. That's a good shout. Most sensitive.
Michael Wilson. Cries on a daily basis. Literally. He's probably... But lads are waiting in there. I bet he's crying now. I bet he's had a cry since I got...
Yeah,
he has a right little moan. Right little moan and a cry. He's just sensitive.
Get it out of his system. Most organised.
Blair without a doubt. Like seeing him on the bank filming him, everything. What did he pull out of his tackle bag the other day while I was filming? A sieve.
A sieve?
Who has a? But he needed it.
What for?
Sieving ground bait.
As you do.
You should just
Like a
seen
riddle.
this mix he had. Oh, it's like fluff.
Yeah.
Beautiful. But who just puts a sieve in that? Blair does, because he's organised. Very
That is
organised.
organised.
Go on a shoot, he's got everything. But like everything.
Just make nice coffee as well.
Mm.
Shoot, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair play. Takes the longest setting up.
Blair again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blair's like,
It's because he's got so much gear.
yeah. I'd say Blair or Curly. Curly's just a steady man.
Yeah.
Curly.
I can imagine.
I take a long time to set up, to be fair. Like, no matter what time I go at the lake, the rods are always out after dark.
Because you're lapping a 75.
No, just like, even when like I'm in and I'm fishing, it just takes me long. I'm just long. I'm just a bit of a
Yeah.
long man.
long ting.
What did you just say?
I don't know. I blame Nash, mate, and the heat from this log burner. Most likely to cast in a tree.
Hendry. He's an absolute liability, isn't he?
Absolutely butter.
He'd probably cast in a tree using a baiting pole.
Yeah.
Like,
With the yellow thunder.
yeah, he's just, yeah.
Most likely to blank.
I can't really say anyone else, can I? I've caught 3 fish this year,
You
so
haven't been a lot though, mate.
I haven't, but probably still me.
It's honest. Who would you choose to net your PB? That's a big shout.
Anyone but Henry.
Henry is getting
Anyone but I've seen he just forgets his net more than he's like not forgot his net. Like the amount of times he's come in and go, well, forgot my net when I was fishing.
Of course you have.
And like, what was it? He was I see him like hand lining fish into the net because
no.
he's using a fixed 28-foot zig instead. He's just a liability. So it's the sort of he's going nowhere near my fish. I'd rather, I don't know, boat flip it
Yeah.
than him go anywhere near it with the net.
Sounds like
so
you got a higher chance of landing it, mate. if you-
yeah, exactly. He'd just jab it off and probably like
Oh
Yeah.
dear. Last question.
go on.
Who is your Nash tackle carp angler of the year 2020?
Tough year.
Very tough. It's a big title.
It was a big title, but again, I did have a little think about it, and I really couldn't decide. But I think I'm gonna go with me old mucker Tommy Trinder.
Yeah.
Tommy Two Guns.
Done well, mate.
The reason being, yes, lockdown, but he decided to start fishing Kingfisher on Bluebell Complex. Very tough lake, a very pressured lake, really, really moody in terms of like constant lines in the water. It's like 6 or 7 acres, a lot of fish, but hell of a lot of pressure. 2 and a bit hours drive from the office, so hell of a trek up there as well. And he's gone consistently. He's put in the effort. He's camped for like 24 hours before he can even get in a swim or a swim he wants. And when he has, he's done very well and very quickly.
Yeah.
Like in terms of someone's been in there for 48 hours, blanked, he's jumped in and caught one within like an hour. And like for me, that's top angling.
Good
That's
angling,
brilliant.
yeah,
And he's done it on more than one occasion pretty consistently. And he's had some whackers, a couple of 40-pounders out of there. And yeah, I'd say Tommy, he's had a really good year.
Yeah, big love, Tommy.
Yeah.
Be on soon. See what he says.
Yeah. and
Dan, as ever, mate, you're a legend.
yeah, sorry, I
Merry
waffled a little bit.
No, I like
I'll
that.
get the next man in.
You go and get the next man.
Who do you want? Call it.
Wilson. Welcome, IQ Wilson. Merry
Thank you
Christmas.
very much. Thank you. Thank you. Merry
nice
Christmas.
Jumping, mate.
Thank
Explain
you.
to me your selection.
So, shall I be honest?
Honesty is the best policy.
As I've been told my whole life, yeah. So basically, last Christmas, I had a very nice
Last
Christmas
Christmas.
jumper, and I left it in a pub.
You left it in a pub.
Last Christmas Eve, I left it in a pub. And this year, I forgot until yesterday that we needed a Christmas jumper. So I rang my mate, who I knew had a Christmas jumper with a big nose on the front, Rudolph nose, and thought, yeah,
Mate, to be
put
fair,
round to his and grabbed his jumper.
I sent an email about a week ago saying Christmas jumpers are essential, and I honestly didn't think that everybody would put a Christmas jumper on.
What, so I didn't actually have to wear one?
No,
You wouldn't have-
no, it is essential because everybody has turned up in Christmas
Right.
gear.
No,
But I
one
thought
person
there'd be.
hasn't. I'm not gonna grass them up. You'll know when as soon as they come in. You'll obviously know.
Who is it? Who is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, but thanks for the effort, mate.
No
I
worries,
appreciate
mate.
that. Why did you leave your Christmas jumper in a pub? Were you slightly inebriated?
Exactly that, mate. Exactly that.
Nice. Right, a series of questions, mate.
Yep.
You've seen the questions, so
I've
you've
seen the
slightly
questions.
prepped here.
I prepped about 2 hours ago. I had a quick flick through. I know, again, you sent it a week ago. But
It's all right, mate.
yeah.
You read it. Like,
Yeah.
most people don't read my emails. It's fine. Right, first question. 3 words to describe your year.
All at once.
All at once. Those 3
No.
words.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, it's not, though, is it?
No. Frustrating.
Yeah.
Enlightened.
Ooh.
And what was my third one?
You gone over your words there.
I can't remember.
Frustrated, enlightened. What was my third one?
Frustrated, enlightened. I'm going to quickly check my notes.
Have you got notes? You have to dig them out now. This will all be on film if you've got notes. Go on, have a look. It's all right.
Inconsistent.
Inconsistent.
Yes.
Right. Is that a word?
Yeah, of course
Yes.
it's a
Okay.
word.
I'm just checking.
I know I'm
Check it.
from Essex.
The old
but
Essex dictionary come into play there. Right. Fair, mate.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting
It's
year.
been,
innit?
yeah, it's been a very interesting
What's the
year
enlightened
for
about?
everyone. I've learnt so much about myself this year that I don't think I would have learnt should this pandemic happen.
Not happen.
Not happen. So
What do you mean? What have you learned?
just loads of. I don't really want to divulge too much into it because
Okay.
it's quite a personal thing on
Yeah.
certain personal things that I've learnt about myself. But it's obviously devastating what has happened this year. A lot of people have died. Obviously, a lot of things have been cancelled. A lot of people lost their jobs. It's been awful.
Pants,
but
yeah.
to take a positive from it and from a personal point of view, I've learnt a lot about myself, which should this haven't have happened, I don't think I would have.
No.
So, yeah.
I like that, mate. That's good. Something, a silver lining. Something to
Yes.
come of it all.
And hopefully next year will be a hell of a lot better.
Let's hope so, mate.
Yeah, I really do, mate. I really do.
Favourite capture?
All the lads have been mugging me off about this all day, but it has to be Bulldozer from my syndicate. Ended a 2-year campaign back in June the 17th. July the 17th it was.
Yeah.
I was after that fish, for 2 years, blood, sweat and tears, poured so much effort into it, and I really felt like I was going to catch it towards sort of mid-March, end of March. Felt like I was getting close. It was so due. It came out on my last session, and then literally after that, lockdown.
Look at this. Keep going, mate.
I couldn't go
I like this
fishing.
Delivery mid-pod. This is good, mate. You've heard Deliveroo, but this is like Deliver Coffee. It's like Starbucks. Look at this. Cheers, boys. Yeah, Kev, get yourself in here. You can listen in there. Oh, we've got an audience now, live audience. I've got a coffee.
And
Ridge is in here.
And Ridge is here.
Oh, we like this, mate.
Ridge, come here.
Will he come up? Come on, Ridge.
Don't know, there's peanuts on there.
Oh,
No.
he smells the peanuts. Ridge, don't do it.
No, he's all right.
You all right? The bulldozer, mate. Talk to me. Sorry, mate.
Yeah,
Coffee
really felt like I was going to get close, sort of March time, and then I was baiting a swim, started to catch consistently from that swim. Knew it was going to come out as I'd been caught since the October before. Had a couple of fish, then a guy caught it the morning of the lockdown, and then I had to pack up and go home. So obviously it came out that morning.
Did it come from near that swim?
No, it was up the other end of
Oh,
the lake,
okay.
to be fair. But it came out, and then I thought, that's it now. And the seasons are weird on there. It's from July the 1st until June, the ticket. So I had to then rejoin after lockdown into my 3rd year, and then actually caught it within sort of 5 weeks of getting my ticket for the 3rd season. So
Fair play.
but no, it was awesome.
Everything you expected in terms of
Everything I expected, mate. Yeah, the bite and the fight, no. Hence its name, Bulldozer.
Yeah.
I was supposed to give an absolute scrap. It didn't really at all, but it weeded me up straight away.
Okay.
So, but to be fair, if I'd known what it was from the moment I hooked it, I would have wanted to do exactly that.
Nice, mate. Well, what a result.
Yeah.
Is it filmed or not filmed?
So yes, I actually filmed my whole 2 years.
Yes.
2.5 years. 2 years and 1 month to be precise on there. Sort of blogged it.
Yeah.
In amongst that, Dan and some of the media guys came down throughout them 2 years to film little bits and bobs. So yeah, there will be a campaign video
Nice.
going out next year of the whole
And you
The
did your
whole lot.
24 on
Did
the
my
same venue.
Yep. 24 was on there as well.
Oh, well, result. That is a definite capture and a half. Highlight of the year.
See, this was a struggle for me. This really was a struggle because I didn't want to. Highlight of the year on the fishing front was obviously catching dozer, but I couldn't say that because it was from the same question. So I thought I'd go something a little bit outside of fishing here.
Yeah,
and that would highlight of my year this year. There wasn't a lot to pick, obviously, because it's been a rubbish year, but it probably will be booking my wedding for the year after. So, yeah, back in January, that was, me and my fiance Frankie, we looked around plenty of venues, and, yeah, we've booked our dream venue. And that was sort of the highlight for me, I guess, for this year, booking that and something to look forward to in next year.
That is a good answer, mate. Congratulations. Yeah, you can't have that. You've got to have that as your highlight.
Yeah.
Lowest point of the year.
Coming to terms with realising that summer was cancelled.
Did you have a lot planned?
Loads. I had 3 stag do's to go on this year. I had 3 trips abroad fishing, as obviously 3 weddings as well, close friends to go to, and all that. When I actually came to a few festivals as well, I was going on holiday, and it was just like when to actually come to terms with realising that none of that was going to happen. That was a real downer for me.
Yeah, brutal.
It was. Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
Roll on next year, mate.
Roll on next year.
Get it all crammed in.
Yeah.
Funniest moment of the year.
So, I did actually speak to you about this, didn't I, before the podcast, because I wanted to make sure that it was allowed.
It's allowed?
It is allowed, yeah. So, there's been so many funny moments this year, and amongst the lads, again, we were talking about this today in the office, but there was a couple that I wanted to say, but the other lads are going to say them. Now, Dan's, I think, said one, and I think Henry's going to say the other one.
Dan had about 10.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he have loads? But it would probably be back in, I think it was February time. We was all on a social. He's going to kill me for saying this. We was back on a social. And it was me, Henry, Dan, Tommy and Alfie.
Yeah.
And we was all sitting there around the fire, having a few beers, chilling out, having a nice social. And someone had a bottle of the citrus spod syrup.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you won't do some of that, you won't neck some of that. And I was like, I will. And Dan was like, you won't do it. And I was like, well, I will, but what are you going to do in return? And he was like, you neck some of that and I'll do whatever dare you want me to do. So I said,
that citrus stuff's all right.
Yeah, it was all right. So I took about a quarter of the bottle back and went, it's your turn. So we dared Dan to put a maggot up his bum.
And he's done it.
And he did it. He'll never admit it. He would never, ever admit it. But you ask all the boys, and they will vouch. He will kill me for saying this.
I don't know whether to be proud of him for sticking to his word or disgusted. Do you know what I mean? All in one. A maggot in the bottom. Well,
we never saw it after that.
What, the maggot or him? I hope you didn't see the maggot. Jeez, Mikey. What goes on tour stays on tour, boys.
Not in this case.
Well, yeah, you've just unleashed it to the masses. But fair play. That does sound like a funny moment. We'll gloss over that. Dan, plenty of questions for you coming up, mate. What are you looking forward to most about Christmas?
Just spending time with the family, mate. Literally just spending time with the family. I don't, because I moved out a couple of years ago, I don't see my family nowhere near as much as I should. So it's nice to just spend 2 or 3 days just with the family, drinking, playing stupid games. Yeah. Obviously, unwrapping presents. I love Christmas. Yeah, I absolutely love Christmas. So that's what I'm looking forward to be fair.
Lovely, mate. Your favourite Nash video of the year?
See, I'm going to say one, but I think everyone's probably going to say the same thing. And I try to I was going through the Nash YouTube earlier on thinking, is there anything other that I enjoyed more? But it has to be Eurobank 6. Has to be. It was epic. It really was epic. And to see the party at the end as well, I know it was Alan's dream to go away in these countries, come back and have the big party, the sort of the homecoming in the UK. And to see that party was absolutely unreal. And to see that at the end of the video as well and just sort of relive that.
What was your favourite fishing part of it all?
Favourite fishing part of it all. I really liked the bit when one of the funniest parts was when they was with Mark Hoffman and they had the maggot spill at the end. That venue's really, really cool. And I think I know a few lads that have fished there as well. And that was really cool for me, fishing that part. But all of it, mate, all of it.
legend Hoffman as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Funny guy.
Nice, mate. Favourite Nash product?
Again, I thought everyone's going to say what I want to say, but I decided not to. I was going to say the Titan camo, the hide camo, but I'm going to go with a terminal tackle item because I didn't think many people would, and that is the zig screw.
The zig screw,
The zig screws, yeah.
That's a good shout.
Yeah, they've been awesome. They changed my fishing. They've changed a lot of other people's fishing.
Whose brainchild?
That was actually mine.
Was it?
Yeah,
You are product development.
Yeah, it was awesome. We sort of come around sort of 8-9 months before we launched it in April this year, I think it was. So it was about well over sort of 12 to 18 months before that. We'd sort of had drawings, rough samples, people out testing them, things like that. And as soon as we got the first samples, we were giving them certain people, and they were getting takes on zigs, and just some of the hook holds were just unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. So yeah, it was awesome to bring them out, and I know they've done really well
Yeah,
since
they're
they've been
nice.
released. Yeah,
Mate, they're brilliant.
just
Top
make
work.
it so much easier.
Yeah, top work, so versatile.
Yeah, so versatile.
Ambitions for next year?
I really want to catch a 40-pounder off the surface
Well, that's
next
a good
year.
one.
That's my main goal next year.
Yeah.
And I'm not joining sort of a syndicate next year as such, but I'm going to get a club ticket.
Okay.
Chelmsford Angling Club ticket, just down the road, and there's several venues there with 40-pounders that love a floater. So it's well doable. Well doable. And that is my one fishing target I'm going to set myself next year. I've had them up to 39 off the top, so I've never actually caught for surface 40, but that is something I really want to do.
You'll do it, mate.
Yeah.
Good luck to you. Any New Year's resolutions?
I've got loads, and I was good. Yeah, I always have a few, but I never like to divulge into what they are, because if you don't actually do them, you look like an idiot, don't you? So I'm not.
You're not going to divulge, yeah? You can't give it that I've got a few and then just
Yeah, I've
keep
got a
them
few.
back, mate. Give us
I've got
one of your few.
Stop smoking.
Stop smoking.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah.
I'll help you with that.
Yeah. What other ones have I got? Go to bed earlier.
I need to do that.
I'm a nightmare for that. Staying up real late, getting to sort of 11:30, looking at the time, thinking, why have I done that again? Why have I? But neither of them
You
will
need to get
probably
your
happen.
sleep, boy. If you're getting married, those kiddies aren't far away, mate. You need to get your sleep now. Trust me. I'm I don't sleep, mate. Good resolutions. What's your Christmas message to the Nash fan base, people, everybody watching?
I guess just have an awesome Christmas. Enjoy it as much as you possibly can. Hopefully, enjoy it and with the sort of mindset, forgetting about the year we've just had. If you can, sort of just relax, enjoy it, have a good drink, have a good laugh, eat loads of food, and yeah, enjoy listening to this, which I guess is coming out on Christmas Day. Is
Coming out the 20th. So
20th. So
week
some
out.
people may
The
listen
Sunday
to it on
before
Christmas Day. Yeah.
Nice. Right, Nash teammates.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought long and hard about this.
Have you?
Yeah.
Let's start with best dressed.
See, this was really hard. I'd say out of all of them,
Yeah.
it'd probably be Seb.
Seb.
Yeah.
Best dressed. Yeah, he is quite well dressed.
Yeah,
actually, the times
very
I've
well
seen him.
dressed. Are we talking sort of in a work coming when I based it on coming to the office?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say Seb.
Yeah.
He's always looks really smart.
Good shout. Worst dressed.
Dan Yeomans, 100%. 100. He looks like he's been dragged through a bush backwards every day he comes into the office.
That's the Cambridge
Especially
look.
with the barnet he's rocking now as well. It's not a good look, man. We tell him this every day.
He's got a hat on today.
I wonder why.
Funniest. That's tough.
I'd probably say Dan Yeomans again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan Yeomans. He never fails to make me laugh. Dan.
He's
He never does. He never fails.
Good shout. Grumpiest.
Curly.
Yeah, everyone, mate.
Have
Curly's
they?
battered.
Yeah, has he?
Yeah. Mr. Carpy.
Brad.
Yeah, Bradders.
Yeah, I'd say Brad.
Bucket hats, Bradders. Best dancer.
Nashy. Has to be
Whee!
Nashy. Has to be Nashy.
You can't teach it,
without a
can
doubt. Without a doubt.
Biggest tackle tart.
Can you say yourself?
You can.
I'd say probably me. I'd say me.
Do you still fold the reel handles, mate?
No, because I don't have folding reel handles anymore.
You didn't at Raysbury with me either, mate. You had them properly out, not tucked
They
in.
were out. They were well out.
Out,
weren't they?
out.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
not anymore. Not anymore. If I use reels with folding reel handles, i.e. the scope reels, I do fold my handles. But I've been using 12 footers recently. I've had my bigger reels on, so
You need to stick
I
that.
haven't been
You need to
holding
stick
my
that on the
handles.
resolutions list, mate. Keep those real handles where they should be. Most sensitive.
Alfie.
Alfie. Okay.
And I'll tell you for why. Shall I tell you a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
story about why Alfie's so sensitive? So it must have been 5-6 weeks. Alf's always been very sensitive, but sort of in terms of when it comes to banter and things like that. But about 5 weeks ago, Alan's come back and he's got a load of dead baits ready to put in the freezer for the upcoming winter, for the pike season. And he was in the car park, sorting them out in the back of his van, sort of bagging them into different sizes to put in the freezer. And Alfie's gone out there because he's now Mr. Pike. He's sort of he's got the pike buzz at the moment. And Alan's gone, yeah, come out, Alf, grab some of these live baits. Like, well, they were dead baits, sorry. Should I say they were dead? So Alf's gone out there, and while Alf was sort of sorting out the roach on the floor, I could see just behind him that I could just see the top of his Calvins. So I've pulled back his Calvins and I've stuck a dead roach down his pants. And honestly, mate, he lost his shit. He went mental. I thought he was either going to cry or he was going to try and fill me in.
No way.
It was one of the two, and it was sort of got to the point where he got the roach out and he threw it at me with so much anger. Yeah. It was great, and then all the boys were laughing at first, and then it was sort of everyone sort of had to sort of
red mist
step
gone
back,
too far.
like, yeah, what's happened here? And he gone into he was effing and blinding, and yeah. So I'd say Alfie most sensitive.
Do not get between Alfie's Calvins and a dead roach, mate.
I'd never do it again. But he sort of admits now, oh yeah, okay, I was a bit over the top, but
Fair call and good justification there as well, mate. Most organised.
Alan Blair, easily. He's
killed that. Takes the longest to set up.
Curly again. But I'll tell you what, I've never actually been fishing with Curly, but Curly takes ages to do everything, so I just imagine he would take the longest.
Can't hurry class, can you,
no.
mate?
Well, we've nicknamed him Slugs.
Slugs?
Because he takes... Because he takes so long to... Sorry, I nicknamed him Slugs, but it's sort of stuck, yeah.
That's plural.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you not seen Our Country? Or This Country? It's a BBC, and there's a guy in it called Slugs.
And it's Curly.
And he's Curly. And he's from Cotswolds and all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cotswolds, baby.
Cotswold Curly.
I'm going to call him Slugs next time I see him. Most likely to cast in a tree.
Henry.
He slagged that question.
Yes,
most likely to blank.
I'd say Alfie, because he overthinks it too much and he just has a head loss every time he goes fishing.
Yeah.
So I think if Alfie was a lot more chilled while I was out on the bank and didn't overthink things and sort of change this and that and sort of sit there and chill, have a beer, and I reckon. But yeah, Alf doesn't blank a lot, but that was the best answer I could give for that question, to be honest.
Who would you choose to net your PB?
There's only one man for the job, Tom Forman.
Tommy,
yeah, I've had plenty of situations. I think Tommy's netted, not PBs anymore, but on previous socials, he's netted a couple of PBs for me. But there was this one time we was at Ways in Cranwell's Lake.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been weeded up savagely by this carp. Tommy's an absolute don in a boat as well. So he's jumped in the boat, he's come round, got me, I'm on the back. And this fish, every time it would come up from a weed bed, it would just find another one. And this went on for 20, 25 minutes. And there was literally, I reckon, 5-6 seconds window of him to net this mirror that come up, and he's just absolutely salmon swooped it and just nailed it. First time, mate.
Yes,
First time.
Tommy.
So that's always stuck me. Yeah, if anyone, it'd be Tommy.
Yeah, good
Definitely,
boy.
definitely.
Final question.
Go on.
Tough one. Who is your Nash Tackle Carp Angler of the Year 2020? Been a tough year. It's a big title.
It'd have to be Alan, probably, because he's caught the most.
Ooh, good justification.
He's caught the most, yeah.
Keep your job. Keep him sweet.
Yeah.
It's nice, that. Well,
it'd have to be Al. He's caught. He never fails to catch. It never seems he fails to catch when he goes fishing, and catches a lot of carp. So I'd say Al.
Mikey,
works the hardest as well.
He does work hard.
Works the hardest for his bites. So
yeah. Mikey Wilson, absolute pleasure, mate. Merry Christmas.
And to you, mate.
I'll see more of you. You can go back and get yourself some Kev sausage rolls and chili or whatever else is in there. Here There he is. Messed up my running order, but definitely worth it, mate.
I'm sorry.
Busy man.
I'm
You're
sorry.
right.
I just want to get on with my evening. I've got loads to do, and yeah, thanks for seeing me a little bit early.
Merry Christmas, Al.
A happy Christmas to you, Hassan.
Yeah, it's
what
a
an
good
honour
one.
to have you on board
Mate.
officially at Nash Tackle.
It's an honour to be here. Genuinely is, mate.
Good.
So thank
It's
you
very
very
hot.
much.
Has
I've
anyone
been-
else commented on just how
Mate,
hot
I've
it
been
is in
In
here?
this 13 tog light up duvet next to the log burner for about 4 guests, mate. So
Yeah, fair play to Kev for letting us
Cheers,
invade his
Kev.
house.
So basically, a summary of your year, a few questions for you, mate, and then a little bit of fun at the end. So we'll start with 3 words to describe your year.
Not that bad.
Not that bad.
Yeah, I thought a lot about that.
That's
You know,
good.
what was it good? Nah, my year has been not that bad.
Yeah.
Genuinely, friends, other family members, neighbours. Do you know what I mean? And so many people have had a pretty dreadful year, but I can say hand on heart, not that bad.
Yeah. Good.
Feel blessed working in an industry that's come out of it fighting. I've spent more time than I might ever get in the rest of my life with my children.
Yeah. Yeah.
Caught some nice fish. Business is doing well.
Life is good.
Life's not that bad.
Not that bad. Good 3 words, mate. Your favourite capture of the year?
Yeah, I hate these kind of questions because they all mean something, Hassan. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For different reasons. If I had to pick one, didn't get into Europe like I normally would, but Germany was one of the only countries when we got out of lockdown where you could go and not quarantine. And I had a trip planned over to Germany, and I went for it while there was no quarantine. There was one fish I really wanted to catch. I haven't got any targets in terms of individual carp, but I'd been showing this photo 2 or 3 years previously. I was like, I'd love to catch that one. The fish is nice, really, really nice, but it's more to do with where it lives. So yeah, went to Germany. Very good friend of mine, Tobias. He hosted me for 3 days as a return favour for a trip the year before when he came to the UK. I really wanted to catch this fish that he named Black Eye. It lives in a very old park lake next to a fire station. Fire station draw water off it if they need. Quite a unique situation. Anyway, it's got this one particular, it's got a few nice carp in it, but this one particular one, Black Eye, 40 pounder, caught it, 10 minutes. Mega.
10 minutes?
Yeah, less than 5.
As you do.
5, yeah. Right time, right place. Was quiet. Yeah, that's my most memorable capture of the year. I shared it in the company of a man I hold in the highest esteem, and it was just nice. He came to England. I laid it on for him, took him here, there, and everywhere on a crazy adventure. He reciprocated the favour, and
You punished him.
karma.
You punished him and pretty much broke him for 2 days, 3 days.
You saw
however
the
many
Insta
times it
stories.
was.
You saw the Insta stories.
Of course I
Hassan.
did, mate.
Yeah, it's one of them.
That's mega though, mate. That is.
That's
What a
my
result.
most. Yeah, that was the one that made me smile the most, hug him the most. Not celebrating. Yeah, okay, I did actually have a very big whiskey that evening, but just the one that was like a real feel-good fish. It
Yeah.
wasn't a massive challenge. I don't want to lay it on thick that it was some real rock-hard fish. It weren't. It was just a beautiful carp shared in the company of a beautiful friend. Like, yeah, it
Lovely,
was sick.
mate.
Yeah.
Cool. Highlight of the year.
Highlight of the year, not getting COVID. I don't know if anyone else has said that, but everyone should be saying that. That's my highlight, especially at the front end of the year, traveling here, there, and everywhere. I was in some pretty good hotbeds. I'd been to China, a few months previous.
That's quite hot.
Yeah, it was hot, mate. Done a bit in Italy, been to Spain. Yeah, I hit a few of the good countries,
Yeah.
And yeah, I know, as far as I'm aware, I never managed to catch COVID.
Result.
So yeah, that was probably my highlight. I was worried, Hassan, in the early stages of when we were really aware of what this pandemic was. I was like, whoa, shit, if you get that, that's going to be really bad.
That's not the one.
That's not the one. And there was certainly weeks where I was like, main aim of this year, don't catch it. And I didn't, touch wood.
Yeah. It was quite, yeah. I think everyone was the same, really, especially initially when it was like lockdown and people were
just scary when they start showing you these breathing apparatus and these big, massive hospitals.
That's what did me, mate.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Look, whoa, the army are involved.
That's
Like,
like
this
the
shit's
O2.
getting real. Like,
that is the O2 with hospital beds. Yeah. But fair play, good. Lowest point of the year.
again, oh God, man, everyone's going to be talking about this, but yeah, COVID. Basically, carried on working through it with Kev. We were the only 2 people really that carried on working. Everyone else got furloughed and stuff. And about week 3, I would sit with him and really start to wonder about my future, the business's future, everyone's future.
Yeah.
I was worried, mate.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to lie. There was some sad mornings sitting there contemplating what might be, and that was my lowest point. I'd replanned my life. I thought, long and hard about what if everything goes tits up and the world would still want to have fun and be happy, and I could see a real big boom in the illegal rave scene, and I was going to go into bottled water. That was my next life choice.
Was it?
Yeah. No, you might think I'm joking about that, but that's the best I could come up with in my head. If the world ended to a degree...
Was it 50 Cent who made like millions of pounds off bottled water? I think it
Possibly.
Yeah.
But I just thought, what will always continue?
Yeah.
People will always strive to want to be happy and enjoy themselves. It might be underground and that. And I would just go into some kind of selling bottled water at these big events.
Wow, it got to that point.
It got that bad, mate. I'm not joking.
No,
and then, boom.
Yeah.
Back in the room.
Cheers, boys.
Let's develop fishing tackle.
Let's go fishing.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to do. No, mega, mate. What are you looking forward to most about Christmas?
Yeah, all the cliche things. Bit of time off. I will have a bit of time off.
What's a bit of time off a day?
Bit of time off would be half days, like go home at lunchtime. I'll see Kev every day, standard. The girls' faces, of course. All those classic things. Good food. Seeing family members I haven't seen. We've obviously been given that little leeway period. A bit of pike fishing. We started like 2 weeks ago, Hassan. I don't know about you and the missus and your kids and that, but because the year has offered so little for us to do, we started Christmas really early, so I'm already well in the spirit. We've been watching the films, and the tree went up weeks before it should have done, and we're already eating Christmassy. So I'm just buzzing for
I
it.
have 2 Christmas, one in November, one in December.
Maybe January, see how it goes, see what the leftovers are like.
Exactly, mate. Your funniest moment of the year?
Funniest, again, I had to think about this. If you watch this, you might have seen it on my Insta story. It was a classic. Girls went back to school for a little bit after lockdown, and it was just before the summer holidays, and Maya, my eldest, she was 5, she had her first proper sports day.
Yeah.
And we thought, as good parents, let's get her up to speed on a few things. So we set up some hurdles and assault courses in the garden. There's not a lot else to do in that. But one of the things I knew would be on the agenda was egg and spoon race. So we wanted to teach her, how to really... Mate, she lost her shit, Hassan.
Really?
Yeah, because the little and Fern, she beat her like on every time, and eggs were getting thrown, and it'll never come across that well, me telling it, but to watch the video, she... Gone, mate. Lost her head, screaming, shouting, crying, stamping. That was the funniest. I suppose that's a really bad thing for a parent to do, to blast it all over Insta stories and that and get everyone else, but I had to...
Bloody funny.
Funny, mate.
Mate, you've got sibling rivalry and like...
And the young one beat, that's not a good look, but that'll be one, 18th birthday, 21st birthday. That video it's an all-time classic in our household.
Brutal, mate. Oh dear, but nice. I like that. Your favourite Nash video?
There's been some good uns. There's been some good uns. I'll be honest. For me personally, the one that inspired me the most and the one that made me go, wow, was actually a German video. So if you're English, you probably won't watch it or understand it. But it was produced by Thilo Vusum. And I'm going to get the pronunciation wrong, but it starred, and it did star, he's a star in my eyes, a gentleman called Hanka Jan, something like that. And basically Mark told me about the concept months ago. Yeah. And it involved documenting the angling of this particular gentleman, Hanka, and the venue he fished, which was a ridiculous tidal river. Like, I've fished a lot of tidal. This is like madness. I watched the film and just like, oh my Lord, mate, like savage. And he was wading out on low tide, putting his rig in the rocks and putting the bait out and then the tide. Anyway, when Mark explained to me the concept, they were just going to use stills to illustrate, his previous captures. Okay. He's only gone and had like 2 in a live session, anyway, big drone shots. Just basically the whole thing was a bit of an inspirational
mega
for me. Yeah. I don't know, you've probably not seen that one yourself.
I need to check it out.
Watch it, mate. Really good.
Tilo's caught some fish, and so has Mark this year as well.
Boys did a really good job of sort of scripting it. Tilo smashed the film and the edit, and the Hanka Yarns. Mate, he's only gone and caught 2 proper ones, you know, on the shoot. Only on a 2-day shoot, do you know what I mean?
Mega.
So that was my favourite film of the year.
Nice. Favourite Nash product of the year?
Titanide camo.
That's a good.
That's going to be the same, I think.
That.
That and the one that will probably catch me the most fish are these new citrus plume juices. Yeah, I've had lots of bites lately, and I don't want to pinpoint it as one individual thing, but I am very happy now squirting and glazing stuff with that plume juice. So yeah, 2 quite different products, but
nice.
Camo hide, citrus plumes.
Ambitions for next year?
Just to be happy again, just to have a really happy, good year, and also subject to, you know, lots of relaxation measures. If we can go to parties again and go to festivals, I've made a vow to all my pals, I will stay till the end. I'm the world's worst man for organise everyone going out together, and then at like 1, 2 in the morning, I'm a bit tight. Should we just call it a day, lads? Knock it on the head. And I'm a bit of a girl in that respect. And for years now, I've always been going home too early. And I vow next year, if there is parties and I will be last man standing.
You've heard it, last man standing.
I swear to God, guys, festival owners, at clubs, I'm going to be there when the lights go on, picking up the pound coins off the floor.
Yeah.
That's a big ambition. Yeah.
Brutal, mate. Hold you to that one. I bet they will, mate. Any New Year's resolutions?
No, not really. Just to be happy, I suppose, like what we've just mentioned. Yeah. Carry on working hard. I suppose, and I hope Clay don't hold me to this, the greatest thing about this year has been the amount of time I've spent at home. I would love it if I could go into 2021 and try and maintain a bit more of that work-home fishing balance. Yeah. Because this year's been really nice.
Yeah.
I haven't drastically changed. I've still fished a lot. I've still worked a lot, but I've just found myself being at home of an evening more, of a weekend a lot more. And yeah, of course, if shows start up again and shop days and that, I'll do them. But I think I'll try and be a bit more balanced.
Yeah, too right. Rightly so. Fair play, mate. Your Christmas message to the people watching, listening, etc.
Big love, everyone. Thank you for all the support towards the brand, all the lovely comments, all the messages, be that personal ones or for our official channels. Anyone I bump into in Sainsbury's or walking down the street, just everyone who says something nice that encourages not just me, but the whole company to carry on working really, really hard. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Big thank you.
Nice. Right. Nash teammates.
Yeah.
Right. There's been some interesting answers.
This was
some dreadful. Consistent answers as well.
Okay.
Mate. Best dressed?
Nashy.
Worst dressed?
I don't know. I think all the lads have relatively good taste. I've got to call it, ain't I?
You've got to.
I've got to call it. This is, I hope to God she never watches this. There's a lady called Jean that works here.
Jean?
Jean. Have you met her yet?
She's
a sewing machine lady. She's fantastic. The most lovely lady. She's the worst dressed. She's old. Don't watch this, Jean. I love you, Jean.
So Jean.
I love you, Jean. I love you.
Wow. Right, we'll gloss over that. Funniest?
Dan Yeomans.
Grumpiest?
Curly.
Has he been
Curly? Like, I hope watching this it will inspire you to just every so often just fluck a smile out. Like, that'd be nice. I love Curly.
The Carpiest or Mr. Carp?
Bradley Chambers.
He's been done on that.
He's bad, mate. He's
Fucking
bad.
hell,
Go and look at his Instagram and that. He doesn't even. It's like your phone screens on black. Do you know what I mean? Where you're conserving battery, you can hardly see what the pictures are. Everything's covered in autumn leaves.
That's a Carp.
Yeah,
yeah, it's a Carp.
Big ups, Brad.
Best dancer?
Yeomans.
Oh, Yeomans. That's a new one. I like
that.
Yeah,
only because he's got moves that, like, you know, they date back decades and that, and he can pull them out of the bag, and that. He's a funny dancer.
Nice. Biggest tackle tart?
Mikey Wilson. Has that been said before as well?
Most sensitive?
Alfie Willingale. And I'll tell you why, none of the boys are sensitive. You can't be sensitive working at Nash. It don't work. Like, but I watched Mikey put a dead roach down Alfie's pants the other week, and he actually lost it. Like, cried.
The story's come out.
It's already been told?
It's come out.
There you go then. Most sensitive, Alfie Willingale.
Alfie. Most organised?
Tony Waghorn.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you've only got to stand and watch that chap. Like, he's a sick guy. Watching him do his editing and stuff. Look at his desktop and, yeah, really, like, quite, on point.
Nice. Takes the longest to set up.
Can you say yourself?
Yeah, of course you can.
Me. Disappointingly, me. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm just like, when it's because of filming, I want it bang on, mate. And then once I'm good to go, then I'm good to go. But yeah, I take a long time.
Nice. Most likely to cast in a tree.
Dean, poor Dean. It's only because he's been doing it the least amount of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dean's going to ping it in a branch for sure.
Most likely to blank.
Dan. Just because of the types of waters he fishes.
Who would you choose to net your PB?
100% Ollie.
Yeah, nice.
It's a toss-up between Ollie and Tom.
Yeah.
Ollie.
Yeah. And final question. Who is your Nash Tackle Carpang of the Year 2020?
Henry.
Henry!
Because...
The H-Dog.
Do you want explanations?
Yeah, go, mate.
Basically, Henry's been with us a couple of years now, whatever, and he's always been an angler, but not really a carp angler, and he's just embraced, he's like a sponge, and he grafts, mate, and I think that's a real important element of anything in life, you know, he who puts loads into it, and I've seen the rewards he gets, you know, and yeah, big ups Henry, man, he's my carp angler of the year.
He's dragging you to the basin tonight or somewhere, mate, in the freezing cold.
We are going fishing tonight. I tell you, mate, it's fucking ridiculous out there. I'm half tempted to flip a coin for it.
Yeah.
But nah, whenever he's enthusiastic like that, it rubs off on me and that, and who knows, we might catch a real nice one.
I hope you do. You deserve it, mate. Merry Christmas.
Hassan, thank you. Thank you again to everyone. Big love. You have an amazing Christmas and a brilliant start to 2021.
Legend, mate.
Thanks, bro.
Mr. Alfie Willingale, welcome to the Christmas special. How are you, mate?
I am very well, thank you, Hassan. How are you, mate?
Very good. Merry Christmas.
And to you, mate, and to you.
Nice outfit choice, mate. Explain to me.
Funnily enough, this was meant to be my Christmas jumper for last year, but it arrived in the new year. So I actually bought this a year in advance, accidentally. But yeah, it's nothing too special. You know, everyone's wearing red, so I went for the penguin.
I like that, mate.
Yeah, nothing, you know, too out there, but...
Mate, it's good, and that's the best prepped if you're a year in advance, mate. That is serious. Right, obviously, a little summary of your year and then a little bit of fun at the end. We're going to start with 3 words to best describe your year.
Okay, well... not bad, considering. Not bad considering.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, the year that it has been, I've had some good moments throughout this year. To be honest,
yeah.
I moved out. That's got to be the biggest thing.
Grown up,
yeah. It has its positives and negatives. But considering everything that's happened, if it wasn't for the year panning out the way it did with everything that went on, I wouldn't have been able to save enough to actually move out. So you can look at that as a positive. Yeah, it's big. You know, I miss my packed lunches. I've already popped out the shop to get my Dairy Dunkers and Pepperami where I haven't prepped ahead.
Mate, today you brought in a homemade, I believe by yourself, spag bowl.
Yeah, I did. You didn't taste it. It might have looked all right. But
no, but I remember you having a distinct chat with Mr. Kev Nash himself about cooking and about you not being able to, and Kev dispensing some words of wisdom because he's a bit of a dab hand. And you've embraced it, mate, and you've chucked out a bolognese, mate. It's a starting point.
Yeah, it's the first thing I've ever done properly. But it turns out I like spice, and my missus doesn't. Ooh. I really like spice, but apparently chili powder in bolognese isn't a thing.
Is it not a thing?
Well, it is in my recipe. I do like a bit of chili powder, but I don't. Yeah, you know, it was all right. I enjoyed it.
Clearly a very sophisticated palate, mate.
yeah.
Nice. A year of development. I like that. What's been your favourite capture of the year?
Well, there's been 2 that stand out. If I had to pick one, basically 240. I had a £40 mirror on my birthday, which was in September.
Beautiful.
Which was lovely. But I also had a £41 common, which was my personal best common back in February, I think it was. End of February, beginning of March. So I think that just nicks it for me because winter, they're harder to catch.
Yeah, also, a big common in winter colours.
Yeah. So it's on my syndicate, and to be honest, like I've joined knowing that there's loads of big fish in there, but I didn't know at this time. I didn't really know their names. I didn't know the quantity of how many big fish were in there. So when this popped up, I didn't know it was in there, and it was actually the biggest that fish has ever done. It was called Arnie, but yeah, £41 common. But yeah, that was just a very cold February, March evening. Got there just as the sun was setting, and fishing far as well. Like you've probably heard me talk about it before as well. I've had to get into my casting this year. I've had to learn. I've had to practice. We put up on the lake at work just so I can practice. But yeah, it's really rewarding because it's winter, and I caught it from a good distance, 130 yards level line casting. So
That's the result.
but yeah, PB common and
scrap.
It did.
Did
Big
it?
scrap,
Right.
yeah. And because I've just got there, just finished getting the rods out, bivvy weren't up or anything.
Yeah.
I still remember matey next door come round just to say hello. He's a nice bloke. Gary the chef. He used to be the chef of David Beckham, so I've been told. So maybe I can learn a bit of him. But he's all right, yeah. But he come round at a good time. But yeah, it did scrap because it's like 16, 17 foot of water just in front of the margin.
Wow.
So I could see the bubbles coming up where it's disturbing the bottom of the lake, and I'm thinking that's still 16 foot down in front of me there. And it's a good scrap, especially for that time of year. It was certainly woken up a bit, but I think that just pips it, mate. That and took a £40 common, £40 mirror this year. So.
That's a result, mate.
Yeah,
That's good angling. Well done, mate.
That's all right.
Bit of a highlight of the year. Can't be any of those captures, obviously.
Highlight of the year. It's hard to remember exactly what.
Well, you got them written down in your notes over there, mate, haven't you?
Yeah, you stitched me in this in now, because if I could go like this, you would have edited it in. But no, there's been a couple actually. I don't. Some of the people listening would have seen during lockdown. I did the live game shows.
Yeah,
I've got two. I'm gonna have to do two highlights here. Live game shows. So that was a little bit. There was a little bit learning with the computer and everything, but I ended up having a right laugh of it, to be honest, because it was at a time when no one knew what was going on. There's a few people, they were struggling a bit, and I thought, right, let's have a jolly up, basically. Let's have a bit of a laugh. Yeah. And I ordered a life-size cutout of Boris Johnson because he was relevant at the time, I think, on the work card. Kev's watching here, I know, but I'll get away with that one. Just to, I put him in a 5-panel hat, a bit of a Nash man bag and everything and that. And then did the game shows. And, for work-wise, this is highlight work-wise anyway. And they were a right laugh in the end. We had, a bit of a quiz round, bit of thing. We had a few drinks live on stream, which just seems to be a common theme here at Nash. But that was good. And we've got the Christmas one coming up as well. So I think this you'll be listening to it. It'll be tomorrow. Yeah. So if you listen to it when it just come out, it'll be tomorrow that we're going to do it again. So that'll be something to look forward to. Nice. And then another one as well. I was very lucky to get the chance to play darts with Phil Foden. So me and Tommy and go fishing.
Play darts with Phil Foden.
Yeah, so me and Tommy and Nige, Nige was the bloke who organised it. Luckily, sort of became close with Phil. He's into his fishing. We managed to get a piece for Life at Nash, which will be shown in the future at some point. I know those who are asking are waiting for Life at Nash. We will come back. Yeah. But yeah, we ended up playing a bit of darts and go fishing with Phil Foden. So it's not that bad. Considering how he's doing now as well. He's come right along. So
you don't do that every week.
Fishing with an England international footballer. Playing darts, good. Memorable. It's memory, good. Yeah, good.
On the flip side, lowest point of the year.
Again, one that I did have a little bit to think about. I'm not going to make up. This wasn't pre-prepared. But first of all, like painful wise, and this was during that lockdown and during that game show. A bit of a weird one, but I fell over. I tripped over a power pack actually, the thing, and then landed on a plug that was charging it. But a whole plug went in my foot.
Ow.
So all the three that went straight into my foot at this point. And I'd had a few beers, so at this point I wasn't really thinking about it. But yeah, I remember that put me out of action for walking for a little bit. Just
there's blame, there's a claim.
Yeah, you can't really do it at home. Let's sue me mum. yeah, you should have picked that up, mum. Yeah. What else? And that fishing. Sorry, I'm doing more than one here, Hassan.
That's good, mate. I like this.
Shoots don't always go to plan, and this is what the cameras won't see. There are a few shoots that get binned. Series like the 24, whatever happens. That's why there was so much pressure on that one. Was grateful that it went so well because there's no editing with that. There's no tricks. But there was one that got canned that never came out, which was a trip to Horseshoe, and I was meant to be showing off the dwarf rods. Yeah, it's just one of them sessions, when nothing goes right. I mean, from the moment I got there to the moment I left was just terrible. So I turned up. Summer Bay had been closed for spawning, and they were all in there. I mean, all in there, showing every 5 seconds. And he said, it's open now. And so no one was in it. So it opened when I turned up. I thought, what a result. Anyway, long story short, a few choddies out there, lost one straight away. Within an hour, the whole lake had moved over from Winter Bay into Summer Bay. There was pretty much stitched up. Within a couple of hours, it was full, and they had all pushed out. But I ended up persevering in there, thinking they were going to come back in the morning. Didn't. Moved around to Winter Bay the next day, but it got the wind just got mental. And anyone's been to Horseshoe, they know that if you get a strong wind blowing on there, it can be the headwind. So I'm with dwarfs, which they could do 100 yards no problem, but the fish are showing over 100 yards into a headwind, and I'm just trying to reach these, and I can't do it. And you know when you almost try so hard, you forget how to do the basics.
Yeah.
So I just couldn't do it in the end. I just couldn't do it. And like the fish in it, this shoot was all relying. We nailed the dialogue and everything was just dependent on a fish, and it was a 2-day shoot. Didn't catch one, but during all of this, I've just forgotten how to spod. I've jumped on a dot spod. I had Dan and Curly there wind him up, goading me to the point where Dan's ended up saying to Curly, you need to stop. So I've had to go take 10 minutes and sit in my van. I said, I'm just absolute head loss. Like Dan will laugh at this because I'm just one for it every now and then. I've gone into a van, calmed myself down. And then I remember coming back thinking, right, yeah, you've had your moment. You can do this, Alf. You know, this is a bit of you, this fishing. You can do it. Come back, thought I'll have something to eat, put the old toasty on, and then just leant on it and just burnt a massive hole in my arm. Still got a scar on my arm now. I just leant on, thought I was just that was it. That was it. Just one of those sessions. So yeah, that session was the worst filming experience. But you won't get to see any of this.
That's good.
Thank God, because you wouldn't want to see
might
it.
see if we can conjure some up from Mr. Yeomans. And just
he probably have the footage actually.
Probably has got it, mate.
Yeah, but that's probably the low, mate.
Fair play. From that, what are you most looking forward to about Christmas?
Boxing Day with the football and no in-laws because they're not allowed around because of the COVID restrictions. No, Joe, we would have seen them Christmas Day. It's her turn to go to thing, but no.
COVID
relaxing, like being in the new house first Christmas, just me and the missus because Boxing Day, and then just relaxing, mate. Just relax, just me and her, 2, 3, 4 bottles of wine, no worrying about it. It started 2 in the afternoon. It was just too late on Boxing Day, 2 in the afternoon. But and just putting my feet up, all the football on.
Nice.
It should be. I'm going to make the best of a bad situation, I think, mate, because obviously it is family time, but what we'll be allowed to do, I don't know, obviously, with the mixing and that, and she's a bit worried, my missus, with it also, but I'm always looking for the positive and the negative, mate, so it'd be nice in the home and that, but boxing, I do like the Boxing Day.
Yeah.
And the horse racing on as well. Do like a bit of horse racing.
You like a bit of Chi-Chis, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Funniest moment of the year?
Now, I said, I've got to be careful how I tell this one because it's not exactly PG, but for anyone who's seen Henry's 24, great 24, does really well. We got a short straw, had to do it in winter, not going to be easy. But one of the venues he chose, and I can't look at it the same ever since he's been there, was Priory Park. Yes. Anyone's local to the area, South End, I know it's a park lake. Yeah. There's car park in there, dog walkers, a few dodgy people walking around and that. But let's just say, although Henry's fished in Priory Park, that car park is a little bit special for Henry as well. I'm not going to say too much more, but it involves, it could sound worse than it is, a woman and a van.
Oh, no, Henry.
Not that he kidnapped her or anything like that, but I'm not going to say much more than that. In case Henry, if your mum's listening, I know she's a big fan on the live streams and that. Sorry, Henry's mum.
His mum's
but just pick Henry's band. He just got up to something in the Priory car park, so he caught a £20 and then celebrated in style, mate. Celebrated in style. He's going to kill me. He's going to kill me.
His mum's listening to this as well, mate.
Yeah, he's a really nice lad though. Works really hard, Mrs. Lennon.
Really, yeah. Out of character.
Yeah, yeah, very, yeah.
Favourite Nash video?
I watched it today. So the public won't have seen this yet. We can't release it just yet for several reasons, but you will see it. You were involved in it. The camo hide. I was moving house that day, so unfortunately I wasn't in it, but bloody brilliant. Honestly, like I know we do a few funnies here and there, but I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So you're look for so it's a camo hide video, bit of a funny one, but it's you'll see it soon. Just waiting for a few things to get the green light and then it'll go live and that. Yeah. But that's brilliant. Yeah, done really well on that one.
Filming that, to be fair, mate. It was good. Favourite Nash product of the year? First one that comes to mind is Zig Flow, but that's a little bit specific times of year just because it's tough as old boots. But favourite, floater claw. Yeah. Floater claw. I know you like a claw. I know it's a platinum hook, but I've turned over to the floater claws just because of how sharp now out of the packet. They've got a thinner point. Obviously, if I was fishing extreme snaggy conditions like weed or when you're fishing up to snags or that, I wouldn't be using a floater claw. But 9 times out of 10, the fishing that I do
absolutely fine. And the floater claw for me, I use it for everything. Zigs, bottom baits, wafters, pop-ups. Ronnie claw is my favourite presentation for my pop-ups, but zigs as well, and surface fishing. Surface fishing, well, this summer when I did go surface fishing, like the size 10 and 12 floater claws, the hook to land ratio on surface fishing, it's not as good as for the mechanical reasons as a bottom bait, but they just don't fall off, mate. Even barbless as well.
They are mega.
So for a pattern of hook that I rely on for everything, really. You would have seen it in a few videos as well, how much I talk about the floater claw. And even my 24 under the snags, because people worry about how strong they are. Yeah, I'm not saying use them when it's serious fishing, but yeah, you need to pull them away from snags, no problem. No problem.
No, they're good, mate. I'm with you on that.
And again, that's all I use. Like for every presentation, I don't have to worry about it because they're deadly, mate. Deadly.
Yeah, good shout. Any ambitions for next year?
Do better at fantasy football. And
Where
there's
are
a
you now,
reason I'm
mate?
saying this. I'm not going to say it. The reason because I set up a Nash league.
Yeah.
So I gave it a big one, didn't I? This is before the season kicked off, and I thought what I'd do. There's a lot of Nash followers who like football. I thought I'll get on the story.
Yeah.
And set up a league. I thought it'd be a good bit of competition. There's a few prizes in that, and I'm rubbing my hands together, thinking I've nailed this. I've done my research. I've got software. I've looked into everything, the trends. I like my numbers. I'm a numbers man. Like stats. So I thought I'm going to nail this. I set up a spreadsheet, like predicting their future. This just so anyone who's in the league now must think, what an idiot, try hard. But yeah, that sort of thing. But it ain't going well, mate. It ain't going well. I think there's 400 odd. I think I'm 150 at the minute, but that's 3 consecutive rises. That is. But I can't win. I'm miles off. I need a miracle. Might happen. That'd be my ambition. Yeah. Don't give it the big one until you started. Yeah. So that's why people haven't seen me doing updates on it because
I've left it
I'm
now.
shit. Yeah.
Any New Year's resolutions?
A little bit cliche, but it'd just be to go fishing more. I mean, we didn't lose that much this year. I know there was a month or so with the lockdown and that, but when you realise how much it means to you, and now because I've had a bit of a break with moving house and that, I'm going fishing tomorrow with Tommy and for a little bit of a shoot. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, and there's nothing. I even thought, even in a period where it'd been a little while and I hadn't been fishing, and it was more for the sake of I wasn't making time for it. Yeah. And as soon as you get on the bank, as soon as you're there, no matter whether it's rain or something, you're set there and set. I just think I wouldn't rather be anywhere else. Yeah. And it's making myself go. Yes, sometimes life gets busy in that, but just making time for it because I love it, and so many people do. And that would just make more time for fishing.
Nice.
Not a sacrifice of anything else, but just as soon as you're there, because it's always a time. I've been there, and I've said, I nearly didn't go tonight, and I think I'm glad I did. Yeah. There's never been once where I've gone, I nearly didn't go. I've gone, oh, what's the point of going? Even if you don't catch, because there's no substitute for time on the bank. You always learn something. As long as you walk away having learned something or thought I've improved at that, then it's massive. So
too right, mate. Your Christmas message to the people watching, listening, etc.
It's been a very weird year. I've spoken to a lot of people who have had terrible years, whether that's work coming in and that, whether that's family suffering or friends and that suffering from everything. So Christmas, although it's not going to be a normal Christmas, definitely not, just relax, this is your time. Just kick your feet up, put Wallace and Gromit on Christmas Day. Don't worry about anything and have a jolly up. Have a few drinks. Celebrate with the family that you can, and just have a bloody good time. It's Christmas. December's that month where you don't feel guilty for doing anything. You wake up with a hangover and you think, December, there's nothing to feel guilty about in Christmas. You deserve end of year, especially with everything that's gone on. So to everyone, have a bloody good Christmas. Go mad. Enjoy it.
Go mental.
Yeah.
I like that. Right, Nash teammates. Okay. We're going to start with best dressed.
You, mate.
Come on.
And I said
That's
this.
The first one.
I said this to you when you first come down for a podcast. I'm there, we're co-hosting in my trackies and my 5-panel and that, and then you've come down in your jeans. You've got a t-shirt with a shirt over the top, hair that never changes. I'm sure you just got to sleep, wake up like that. You're aftershave, and I thought, he's outdone me. We take the piss out of everyone at work if they wear jeans to work. Hendry wears jeans, and you get sort of wearing jeans. So I have to. Yeah, you're very your best dressed from what I've seen, mate.
I'll take that, mate. Worst dressed.
All of us. I don't see the boys.
It's got to be a standout.
Only because he's the same every time I see him, and that's because he just walked through and he looks exactly the same. I'm going to say Max. Sorry, Max, but it's only because like he is the nutty professor at Nash for the bait factory and everything with his chemicals, and I always picture him in a lab coat making whatnot. But every time I see him, he's got the same thing on, and his hair's like thick. So I'm just going to have to say Max. But all of it, we're all very casual.
Don't try
when
and
it comes to work.
sugarcoat it now, mate. You've gone Max. It's all right, you're in. Funniest.
I'd probably have to give that to Dan, being my ex podcast host. Yeah, he does. He's got a great sense of humour, Dan. Like, funny, I forget. He makes me laugh, and on many occasions he's got me belly laughing. So I have to give it to that one, Dan. It mugs me off a lot, so I shouldn't pay him any positives in that. But yeah, he does make me chuckle.
He is funny. Grumpiest.
Curly, aka Slugs.
He's got absolutely slaughtered on that.
Yeah, he's not. He should help himself out a little bit. I think. What did I ask him the other day? I said, he said, I'm not miserable. I just can't wait to die.
Is that what he said?
I think he was having a laugh, but you're not
sure, are you?
I'm not sad. I just can't wait to die.
What a quote.
It just made me laugh a little bit.
If 2020 was a quote,
he's a little bit like a Carl Pilkington character. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's fine, but he just comes with that personality.
Mr. Carpy.
Right, this makes like subsurface sort of underground vibes. I would say Dan a little bit, but he's not. He wants to be. But Brad, our videographer Brad,
he's got slaughtered for that as well, mate.
Brad, yeah, he's definitely one of those underground,
keep it real.
Abstract photography, yeah, which is fair enough,
Best dancer.
Kev. Kevin Joan. It was last year.
Joan, you said Joan.
Yeah, so I just remember we had a Stereophonics tribute act last year at the Christmas do.
Yeah.
And I just remember it was us three actually. Kev, me and Joan just having a little boogie like to Stereophonics, whoever it was, for 5 minutes. So, but yeah, I don't really see the others dance that much.
Not yet. Biggest tackle tart.
Oh, it's a bit difficult. Biggest tackle tart. I think for like OCD-ness as well, it'd be Wilson. Yeah.
He's got hammered on that as well, mate.
Is he really? Yeah. He is particular, shall we say.
Most sensitive.
Wilson. Easy, cries at everything.
Oh, dear. Most organised.
Wilson. 3 in a row there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look at Wilson, he's organised, mate. I'll give him that. He's very, very organised.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Good shout. That's a positive for Wilson. Takes the longest to set up. Who is it?
I would say Curly, because he's but I don't know on that one.
No, difficult.
Pass, yeah, just because I'm just trying to think, because he's always hectic. I don't know. Pass.
Okay. Most likely to cast in a tree.
Now, not so much because he can use a baiting pole, but Hendry.
He's got done on that as well, mate. Most likely to blank.
Dan.
There's a lot of similar answers here.
Yeah, like
who would you choose to net your PB?
Anyone but Hendry.
That's another common answer.
He's just I don't know how to explain him. If you listen to his podcast, you know what he's like. He's got a good brain on him and that, but he'll fall in. He'll break something. He left his van keys on the roof of his van, drove off. He's just one of those,
He's rugby, isn't he?
He's rugby, mate, yeah. Too many knocks to the head.
Yeah. And finally, who is your Nash tackle Carpang of the year 2020?
Okay, this one I did think about, so I did like.
You didn't think about the rest of them, no?
No, I did just on the spot. Samir and Claire.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, just like. I don't know how many 50s he's on now. We've got a little group chat where he always pings it through, and I think he's on his 11th 50 now this year. And obviously he had to rush to get out to his house and move to France, and then it was all weird because of coronavirus, and now he's in Spain. But for the fish he's caught, and for his tutorials as well, you forget he's caught people 60s. I think numerous 60s for his tutorials that he was doing. So, it's like if you're going to fish Europe, you want to go to these venues, who are you going to want more as a guide than Samir and Claire? Like they know the score, but at the same time they're incredible anglers. So
and they're doing it, aren't they? They're out there doing
living a dream, mate. Living the dream.
Fair play. Great shout, mate. Alf, legend. Merry Christmas.
And to you, mate.
Tommy Forman, welcome to the Christmas special. After A very stressful, slight technical malfunction.
That was very entertaining to watch.
I have lost my absolute head, but found it again, courtesy of Dan Yeomans tech support. How are you, mate? Merry Christmas.
I'm very good. Merry Christmas to you too.
Good jumper.
Thank you.
I actually thought for a minute that you hadn't gone jumper, you just gone skins.
Quite got a belly for it, but yeah. I googled funniest Christmas jumper. This one popped up first. Amazon could deliver it in time.
You're mine.
You're mine.
Good prep, mate.
Everyone else's are a bit boring, aren't they? A bit classic.
Everyone's saying like Henry's gone big.
I won't spoil it.
Well, let's let the magic happen. I might put him on last, actually, because everyone's giving it the big talk.
Yeah.
Right, mate. Basically, a little summary of your year, led by some questions.
Go
Let's
on.
start with describe your year in 3 words.
I've thought about this for a lot longer than I should have, this question, I think. And I'll come up with, in the end, it's more, I'll put a sentence together, put a phrase together. An emotional roller coaster.
An emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
Very nice, mate.
Just because it's just been a bit all over the place, isn't it?
Especially for you, mate, because your job is events, and they haven't been happening, have they?
So, as every year, January, New Year's brilliant. You enjoy Christmas and New Year. The second we come back to work, it's just full on for me. January, February, March are just mental, full on shows. I spend the majority of the time travelling somewhere around Europe. It's relentless. And then there's another show, and then there's this and that. It's just relentless. And that's happened this year. So it started on a massive high, as like 100 mile an hour, and then just like that,
turned off.
and it literally, right at the end of show season, obviously the big one was cancelled.
Yeah.
But pretty much all the others we got in. We done the Northern, we done the European ones. I think Monley-Son was the last one we done before it really lockdown hit us. So I went from 100 mile an hour to nothing.
Yeah.
Just a bit
Weird.
Just a bit weird. So we had a little lull period. Everyone was furloughed. We got furloughed and not a lot was happening. And all of a sudden, fishing was allowed again in May, whenever it was, May the 15th or middle of May, wasn't it? And all of a sudden, we were all back at work and it was 100 mile an hour because every Tom, Dick and Harry wanted to go fishing again.
Yeah.
And it went 100 mile an hour again. And the warehouses, we were packing in the warehouses, us boys. Like
mad.
It just went crazy. And we were allowed to go fishing again. So I wanted to fish as much as physically possible. And I did. Like I was just went mad. Like just wanted to make up for those 2 months, the best 2 months of the year for fishing that we lost.
Yeah.
The fish hadn't spawned yet. So everyone had the same idea. Everyone was just like, right, go before they spawned. And it went to 100 mile an hour again. And then summer sort of lulled off again. Fish started spawning. And it went a bit quiet. I don't really fish much in the summer.
No?
No, I do, obviously, but it's not as intense. Take it a bit more.
Yeah,
A bit of float fishing and whatnot. And then it got to like August or whatever. It was a bit quite chilled, just nice. And then September, bang, 100 mile an hour again on the roller coaster because of trade show, which went ahead. We didn't know if it was going to go ahead at the time.
It was good, mate.
It was brilliant, wasn't it? I think we smashed it again. Absolutely. Yeah. And you would have seen last year's one, and everyone would have seen the video. We went big with the Expo last year, and then we knew it was going to be hard to top. But we matched it, I think, if not bettered it. And it all went to plan. We were planning a trade show that at the drop of a hat could have gone, right, you're not doing this anymore, it's been cancelled. Obviously, there was a lot of restrictions this year. It wasn't like it was appointment only, so you only allowed a certain amount of people in the venue at a time, and it was a lot more strict in terms of that. But we managed to do it. And
that's the result.
It was brilliant, and it's definitely going to pay dividends in terms of sales and whatnot. But
nice, good 3 words, mate. That summarises it quite well. I think.
How did that compare? I thought about that for way too long. That one, I was thinking
that's good though. I like depth of thought. That's why I sent you the questions earlier, mate.
Just a bit of an emotional roller coaster, you know.
Very nice, mate. Favourite capture of the year?
As I mentioned, I've done, believe it or not, considering the short period we've been allowed to fish this year, or shorter period, I've actually probably had one of my best years.
Yeah.
Mate, I think I've just gone for it this year. Since we were allowed to fish in May, I had a real buzz, bluebell, you know it well. We've been talking about this. And I just went for it, you know. I wanted to make up for lost time, and I really got my head into it, probably more than I have done any year previous, or at least the last 3 or 4 or 5 years. And I just went for it. And I think that the first session back, middle of May, the build up to it, the excitement, it was like the Clow season opening again, wasn't it? Like, and because of this, I built up my session. I was going to Bluebell. It was going to be my first session as a member. Yeah. Because I got my membership this year. I've been fishing it as a data kit, angler, but I was lucky enough to get a membership this year. So it was going to be my first session as a member. and it was the build up, and the members were allowed on 24 hours early before it opened to day ticket anglers.
Yeah.
So we were all down there, and it was just a great buzz on Kingy, you know. All the members were there. You had Kev Hewitt opposite, and you had Lee Birch, you had Gaz Dennis, and you had John and Steve, and all these guys that I've got to know really well.
They're great lads.
They're incredible lads. It's brilliant. It's the best buzz I've had from fishing for a while. That syndicate feel, albeit on a day ticket, but it was just lovely. We had it in a WhatsApp group and on the walkie-talkies and on the phones and that, and everyone was. It was just popping.
Walkie-talkies.
Yeah, not so much. No, sorry, I didn't mean that. I mean like WhatsApp's calls.
Yeah.
Just on the WhatsApp voice notes and that, and it was just brilliant because the atmosphere. Like Birch had a couple on opening night, a couple of 30s, and then Kev had a couple, and then John, who I was fishing next to, he had one. I think it was like a 28 pounder at midnight. I didn't wake up for it. It's a complete another story. I think the lack of angling it was literally in my face shouting at me apparently.
Really?
And I'm never like that. I struggled to sleep at the best of times, but.
Yeah.
And anyway, I finally come round, helped him net his fish. We were both in the water like, ooh, first Kingy carp for John of the year. He might have had one already, I can't remember. But he had a good few that session. And just got back into bed, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then my rod rattled off.
Yes.
And zig rod on the zig, middle of the night, and I ended up landing hardtail, which is like one of the big commons, one of many big commons, 45 pounds something.
What a fish.
And it was just a great buzz because you could hear Kev cheering over, going "Ooh," because he was up, like because he had just landed a 30 pounder, I think, and it was just brilliant, you know. So I look at that photo and that memory, and there was a few more after that, but that one just kicked the buzz off, you know.
Mega.
So I think that'd be my
poignant as well in this year, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a big like fishing again, and it was a massive comment. So
mega fish, mate.
On a
Good
zig,
angler.
happy days. Yeah.
Good zig screw.
Zig screw.
Get it. Colour?
Yeah. It would have been. Oh God, now you're asking me. It was a red zig screw.
Yeah.
Black foam.
Red and black.
Bit of black.
Highlight of the year.
So I talked about this a minute ago with regards to trade show. Work-wise, it would have to be, although there's been many, I think it would have to be, not only was the trade show a massive success in the UK, for the first time ever, we took it abroad. Again, we didn't know if that was going to happen, but with all the limitations on other countries travelling to the UK and whatnot, the only way that it was going to be successful was if we went to them as such.
Yeah.
So it's all happened such last minute. Like massive shout out to Massey, James Massey and Mark Vusen and everyone for organising it. But we got a venue in Germany. Germany was the only country we were allowed to enter without quarantining, etc.
Yeah.
Whatever reason. And it was the same for all the other guys coming from Spain and Italy and that. As long as they had a test, they were allowed in the country. No quarantine after. And that was all we had to go on. So we were like, we either do this or we don't. And the decision was made, right, let's get a venue in Germany. We're going to ship the trade show straight out there, pack down from Coventry and go straight there. And that is exactly what happened. And we had like one day to set it all up in Germany and it was just mental. But we smashed it. We absolutely smashed it. Not just me, like there's loads of us. Like I say, James Massey, Alex Smith, Matt Rhodes come over, consult, and he didn't have to do that. Like he come over and helped me.
Team effort.
And we got all the guys over. I got to see the Austrians, the Czech guys, the Polish, everyone come over with their relative retailers, and we just smashed it with not a lot of time and under a lot of pressure. So I think that'll be my highlight where it was. Yeah.
The Nash family, mate.
And then 2 weeks later, we all got put into lockdown again, and Germany was into lockdown. So timing wise, it was beautiful. Perfect.
Yeah. Something good to come of the situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Exactly.
On the flip side, what was your lowest point, mate?
It's a tough one, really.
This podcast?
Yeah,
The technical issues?
a few technical issues. No, that's my funniest. That's covered in a minute. Lowest point was probably work-wise again. Is it work-wise you're talking or just...
You can go anywhere, mate. A lot of people have gone work, but I like it if you branch out. Some people have gone into their private lives and things.
I think my lowest point, this year, is not being able to... Like, right now, if this was any other year, I wouldn't be here. I'd probably be... This time last year, we were in Madrid doing the Carp Madrid show for the first time. The week before, we were in Germany. The week before, we would have been at Sandown or a UK one or whatever. I know Sandown didn't happen, but... So right now, I would be in my element, you know. I'll be stressed out to fuck, don't get me wrong, but I'll be loving it at the same time.
Yeah.
And I kind of miss it. I kind of don't, but because I'm doing a nice chilled out. It's quite chilled this winter in comparison to previous, but at the same time, I'm missing it.
Yeah.
I'm missing
buzz. Yeah. I know what you mean.
All that hard work, the build up from trade show, and then taking it for the public aren't getting to see it this year. Basically,
No, yeah,
they are.
That's a nice bit, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? We do the lovely videos and we do the social media and whatnot, but it's nice for them to be able to see it all in a beautiful show stand. And I get a buzz off that. I really do. Like the planning, the organisation, it's making it all look incredible. Yeah, so
No,
it's a bit of a tough one. I'm missing it, but I'm not.
Yeah,
But I am. I'm secretly, I think.
Yeah.
Missing my little,
fair
my
play,
baby.
mate. I get it.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to most about Christmas?
Just going home and seeing my family and friends. I was quite a regular going back from Milton Keynes, obviously. Live in Essex now because of work.
MK
massive. And but I've been back. I went back in January. Normally I'll go back once every 2 or 3 weeks. So I don't know. It's only up the road, an hour and a half. So if I didn't have much to do over the weekend, I'll be like, boys, what you doing? Football, pub, vice versa. I'll go and see the family. And I ain't been able to do it this year, and I miss it. I know it's for the right reasons. Shouldn't be so selfish, but
no, but it is. It's difficult.
I haven't seen my family. I've got nephews. I haven't seen my friends. Their little kids growing up. I've just seen nothing. It's the same for everyone, isn't it? But I think I've been back to Milton Keynes twice this year. So over Christmas, I'm going to make up for it.
Yeah, too right, mate.
As much as we can.
And go perch fishing with Jimmy Armstrong.
And go perch fishing with Jimmy Armstrong now. He come down for the podcast the other day. So if he wants to tell me all his secret spots, he offered me the invite. I'm going to take him up on it.
Part of the MK brotherhood.
He can definitely teach me a thing or two about perch fishing for sure.
Funniest moment of the year.
I did have one lined up, but I think I'm going to change it.
How can you change it to that, mate? That was not funny. That was my lowest moment at Nash.
I was secretly sick. Did the camera stay on the whole time for that?
I think I switched them off.
I hope not.
At one point.
I hope you've got a bit. I reckon you've got.
I've got a bit.
You've got the first bit where you really
see me though.
You see your arse hanging out when you're bending over, going, "Dad, I've lost it. I've lost everything.
Done.
Oh,
I've got nothing left." I honestly thought I'd lost all the audio.
I see you. I know that you're always all upbeat and happy and all the time. And for the first time, I walked in here and you were like, "Oh God, I fucked it." And I was like, "Oh no, this is a bit serious." So that was.
But we're all right, I think.
I think we're.
Otherwise,
right.
people won't see this, so it doesn't matter.
This is all pointless. But, I did have another funny one.
What was it, mate?
Has anyone mentioned Dan's little incident? The maggot.
The maggot incident has been mentioned by a Mr. Wilson before.
I'll say nothing more than
that. Is that true? I thought it was Wilson trying to get him back.
Apparently so, mate. I don't want to.
That poor maggot. Forget celebrity, get me out of it.
Maggot or maggots?
One maggot, I heard. Oh no, Dan Yeomans.
Well, like I say, I don't want to spread the rumours, but
the rumours there, mate.
The rumours
there. Spread it. You're just reinforcing it. It's good though. Favorite Nash video.
Favorite Nash video. I'll probably say, although it didn't take place this year. It took place last year. It was released this year, and I've got to say the social fee. Surely, has anyone else said that?
No, not said the social. No.
Ah, fair enough then. Yeah, definitely the social fee. Then they're such a big thing now. These socials and these social people love them. We love them. The public seem to love watching them. And when this was released, I think it was released April or May or something.
Yeah.
So it was a real low point in this whole lockdown thing.
I remember it coming and thinking.
And I remember it going live, and I just remember watching it. And I hadn't watched any of it since it happened back in October 2019. So I just watched it all back, and I just thought, just made me smile. The good times, social times, the boys together. Pre-COVID, a lovely social. And yeah, the time it was released just made it that little bit more special,
Nice, mate.
Hopefully.
Good. That's new as well. No one said the social. That's good.
I thought everyone would be saying that. What else had I said then?
Eurobanks.
Fair enough.
Some 24s.
Tom's 24 sig fishing at Royston, obviously.
Absolute epic. That was probably the most. That and the hide and seek video we filmed as well. That was on there.
Yeah, that will be.
Wait and see.
That wait and see.
That was fun.
That was good.
Filming it.
That is also another funny moment I could have said for you'll see it.
You will see it. Mental. Your favourite Nash product?
My favourite Nash product, apart from the obvious ones that I use all the time, bite alarms, bed chair, bivvy. I think we've already talked about. I think I would have to say the Zig Screw.
They are good, mate.
Released at the beginning of the year. Obviously, I love my Zig fishing. I think it's incredible. So I had a bit to do with it in development. And they were obviously released February, March this year.
Yeah.
Ready for the spring. And previous to that, over the winter and even the autumn before that, we were testing them. So it was a product that was quite close to my heart a little bit, and I used them all. And then I went on to use them several times this year, Hardtail being one memory. And I just think they're just brilliant. They're effective. They make everything easier.
Top bit of work.
Just simple. Yeah. It is simple, isn't it? The whole bait screw concept's taken off the last couple of years.
But the best ideas always are simple, aren't they? You think,
of course,
yeah, obviously.
But I just use them for everything. Obviously, the Zigs, I use them floater fishing. Like you can screw a mixer on, a pop up. It's just a cool little product. My
Good
go-to.
shout.
Yeah.
Good shout. Ambitions for next year?
Fishing wise,
could be fishing wise. Could be just general ambitions.
So general ambitions is just to just carry on. Be positive, be happy, improve. It's always a thing we say every year. Same. I'm going to do 2 questions in one. It's same with the New Year's resolution thing about just don't really have any New Year's resolutions. Just continue, be always improve. Do something, whether that be in work and personal life, both ideally.
Yeah.
Improve, be happy, be confident. No negativity. Fishing wise, again, I'm raring to go again. We need to get this shitty winter out of the way. I say that with...
You've got 3 nights ahead of you, mate.
I'm going tomorrow. I've still got to load the van. We're going for 3 nights winter fishing tomorrow to do a how to catch carp in winter. We couldn't have picked a worse week.
Yeah.
It's terrible out there at the moment.
It's cold.
But we're going to give it a good go.
You'll catch him, mate.
So, yeah, that's my
double barrel answer there, mate.
Yeah. If we're talking next year, fishing, I want to catch a 50-pounder.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
That's why I'm here at Bluebell. There's plenty in there. I want to catch a 50-pounder.
You've got the Bluebell buzz, mate.
Yeah, and I've never caught a 50-pounder, UK carp, and I want to.
Oh, it will happen, mate. I can't wait for that text in the group, mate, actually.
There's not a better place to do it, is there? I think I'm on the right venue.
You are. We've done New Year's resolutions, you
Yeah.
said there. Your Christmas message to the people that are watching, listening, generally.
Stay safe.
Oh, it's a classic.
I know. Make up for lost time that we've all lost this year.
Stay safe, but go mental.
Stay safe, but go mental. Abide by the rules, but make sure you have a good...
Enjoy yourself.
Enjoy yourself.
Within those rules.
Make up for lost time. Go and see your friends and family, because I haven't much this year, and I'm disappointed about that, as is everyone, and I'm going to make up for it over Christmas.
Good message. Tommy Forman, teammates. Nash, teammates.
This is where it gets. Yeah.
Best dressed.
Alfie. He's just clean, you know what I mean? Even when he's fishing, he's never muddy. He's never muddy. He's just always clean, and he's definitely the best dressed, yeah.
Worst dressed.
Probably me.
That's a good jump.
I'm probably me. And he's quick, are they? Or Henry. Henry wears some random clothes. Half a man even is. Has he told you that story?
He's rugby, mate.
Mate, he found some, yeah.
He's still like uni, though, isn't he?
He's so uni. He'll do anything, him.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's not. I think we've already gone down that route in somebody else's answers. Funniest.
Could be any of them. Could be anyone. It's good for me though. It's got to be Dan Yeomans.
Yeah, Yeomans
He's
has
just
smashed that.
He pisses me off so much, and he's the ultimate wind-up merchant. But even when you're down in the dumps, like I'm going to be over the next 3 days,
he'll pick you up.
I'm glad Dan's there filming, because he'll just keep it going, you know. And he's quick.
Yeah,
he is so quick, and he's funny.
Dry.
He's dry. He's quick. He's dry.
Grumpiest.
I would say probably Richie P, our designer. He won't mind me saying this. He loves it. Has anyone said this yet?
No one said Richie P.
Oh, it was 2. It was either between Curly, a.k.a. Slugs.
Curly's got massacred on this.
I'll say him then.
Richie P.
Richie P, our designer. He's the spitting image of what's his name? Ricky Gervais, matey.
Carl Pilkington.
Spitting image. Personality's exactly the same. He's funny. He's brilliant, Rich. But yeah, he loves me. He's
Grumpy.
a bit of a grumpy old sod every now and again.
Big love, Richie P.
Big love, Richie P. He won't watch this.
Mr. Carpy.
Wilson.
Ooh, no one said Wilson.
Have they
That's
not?
good. No. I won't say who they've said, but fair play.
Oh, he just camo tapes his buzz bars up and all that nonsense, doesn't he?
Probably real handles. Best dancer.
Dan Yeomans. I've got a video for it. Do you want to see the video?
You
I'll put it on my Instagram.
Put it on the story.
Do you want to put it on this?
We'll put it on this. Yeah, send it to me.
I'll just sum this up quickly. Am I allowed to do this,
Yeah,
or has
of
it got
course
to be
you
quick?
are, mate. No.
So this was at social last weekend for Henry's, a couple of weekends ago for Henry's birthday. This video that you're about to see, it was 7:30 in the morning, maybe a bit before.
Oh, it's bad.
We were putting on some nice music to start the day, you know, just some nice, just to get going, all having a tea. He puts S Club 7 on and does this dance, and I'm just like, he's mental, isn't he?
He's not right.
But he's got a moves. Fair play to him. It cheered me up.
He did well, actually, with it. Yeah, to style that out, he did very well.
Dan Yeomans, isn't it?
Biggest tackle tart.
Could be. I'll put Wilson and Alfie for this. Couldn't decide. Just both of them. Alfie because he's clean and he's got everything. It's just all nice and there's not a bit of mud on anything.
Yeah.
So I guess it's got to be him. And he likes a he's just his bivvy's all immaculate
Particular,
inside,
innit?
ground sheet, bivvy door front up. But Wilson the same because everything. Wilson's a bit OCD. He's got all his tackle lovely and his buzz bars are wrapped in camo tape and his rods couldn't be any closer together.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So,
fair.
Either or.
Most sensitive.
This could be a cross between Curly because he loves giving it. He gives it like everyone else, but he doesn't like taking it. He can't. He's very bad. He bites. He's a biter, you know. He bites, which means we just do it even more, which he doesn't understand. If not, Alfie's quite sensitive in terms of you can get inside Alfie's head about fishing. It's so easily, and he's gone. Rigs, like baiting, you can just get inside his head and he's gone completely. He's an easy one to get, so he's very sensitive in that respect. Yeah.
Nice. Curly's new on that front. Most organised.
Alan.
Yeah.
Of course he is.
Ridiculous.
No brainer.
Takes the longest to set up.
Alan probably as well.
He's been killed on both of those.
It's weird one. How do you sum this up? That he's the most organised, but yet he's still the one when everyone else has got the rods out and having the social when we go together. He's not there for the social. He'll turn up at 1 a.m. when everyone's going to bed and go, "Hey, lads, got my rods out finally. Let's have a beer." Like, no, Alan, we're going to bed.
Bedtime.
He's just articulate. It pays off because he catches loads more fish than all of us. So, but yeah.
Ow. Most likely to cast in a tree.
Probably Hendry. Probably with a lure rod. Massive lure.
He's got killed on that as well.
Has he?
Yeah. Most likely to blank.
Dan Yeomans is good at blanking.
Yeah.
He don't help himself with the type of angling he does.
Ridiculous choice of venue.
I can't remember. Like, he has caught a special one this year, and I think
Yeah.
he's done all right, but he loves a blank.
Yeah.
Good at blank. He's very good at blanking.
Bet.
I'm pretty good at blanking.
art,
Don't get
mate.
me wrong.
It's an art.
I think it is an art.
It is an art. Who would you choose to net your PB?
None of them.
Oh.
Henry.
Hendry?
Yeah. He's strongest and longest arms. He'll get there quicker. He might fuck it up, but he'll get there. At least he might get 2 stabs at it.
At least he'll stab it off. Clean. No, fair play. Henry. Final question. Who is your Nash tackle carp angler of the year 2020?
I don't know if anyone said this yet. This could be an interesting one. James Massey.
Oh, yeah. No one said
Have
him.
they?
And I was thinking that.
Do you know what? He's just fair play to him. He's the busiest man in the world. He's got so much work to do. He's constantly just on it.
Yeah.
And he didn't fish for years. He's always been a good angler, but he didn't fish for years because he's just too busy.
Yeah.
And then this year, he's just gone on a mad one. I call him Briggsy. He's like the new Briggsy, mate.
He's had some mega fish.
He's done
hasn't
very well, and in amongst this whole trade show and the other million things he does work-wise, I can't even imagine what goes through his head and he has to deal with. And yeah, this year he's fished abroad, like mainly abroad. He's doing these big sessions and work, like linking it in with work and trade show and going to visit all these accounts in Europe. And he's been Germany, France. He's like the new Briggsy, mate.
Just check him out on social. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Some of those fish.
So fair play to him. It could have been anyone. We've all done quite well this year, I think, considering. Dan, I was going to give it to Dan, but
that's
actually catching one. He caught a big one out of his It's not quite as big as he thought. Did you listen to the podcast?
Yeah, I listened to the podcast, mate.
Not quite as big as he was hoping it would be.
Still a result from there, though.
Absolute result. And that deserves it because he grafted for that one. But yeah, I think Massey just picked
That's
it.
a good shout, Massey.
Yeah? No one said it.
No one said it, and that's a really good shout thinking about it. Good thought.
Yeah.
Tommy, you might have seen me in a crazy moment in between,
That's
but
my
I've really
highlight.
enjoyed that, mate. Merry Christmas.
Did you forget to...
Don't try and, mate.
Merry Christmas,
All
man.
right.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a good one.
Welcome, Max Hendry, to the Christmas special of the Nash podcast, mate. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. And I wanted to say welcome, mate.
Thank you,
Hope
mate.
you're enjoying your first few weeks here.
Well, it's been brilliant, mate. Apart from thinking that I've nearly lost all the audio there, apart from that, everything's been absolutely spot on, mate.
Good.
Good Christmas jumper.
Thank
Everyone has remembered, mate. That's good.
I totally didn't. I'm not going to lie. Dean sorted me out.
Well done,
Just
Dino.
before Dean left, he just threw it and was like, there you go, sorted.
Has he covered you? That's just good from Dean.
Big time. Otherwise, it would have been a high-vis and a green jumper. So
But at least you've looked at the questions and prepped thoroughly for the answers, mate.
yeah,
which
you
is
know
good.
me, like forever the organised human being, but unfortunately not.
So, in essence, mate, just a few questions, a little summary of the year,
Yep.
and also a little bit of fun at the end with regards to some of the lads and their characteristics, shall we
Okay.
say?
Right.
First question: describe your year in 3 words.
Life-changing, thought-provoking,
Oh,
and fast.
yeah,
It's been fast. That's one thing I could say.
life changing,
Yeah.
just because of appreciation.
No, because I not quite recently found out. Well, it's been a while now, but yeah, I'm expecting my first child with my missus, so that's good.
Max,
So yeah, buzzing
Hendry.
about that. But yeah, I think that's definitely life changing. If you ask me, I'm sure it was for you, wasn't it?
100%, mate.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to it, relishing it, to be honest.
You will be the daddy in more than one way now, boy.
Yeah, I know.
Congratulations, mate, and to the missus and everything. Yeah,
Thank you,
big love. That is life changing. What were the other ones? Thought provoking.
Yes. So probably because of my role at Nash, we're constantly developing things, if you like, and as a result of that, I've had to learn on the job. Probably the last 2 years, really, but this one has amped up in a big way. It's been a bit of a baptism of fire, even more so. And I thought it couldn't ever get any more manic, but in terms of the what we're doing and stuff like that, it's really gone up another level. So
I like what you said. A role, nice, mate, from
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Bait wise, I had a tour of the factory when I started from Yeomans, and I think, without diminishing anything else with regards to Nash, I think that place is absolutely incredible. Like, it is just an absolute militant operation churning machine.
yeah, it's crazy. I think we've got 35 staff in there now, which working days and nights, obviously. And
Obviously.
yeah.
Yeah, don't let them rest.
No, that's the same guys on the days, just carry on.
Keep going.
Yeah, that's it. Loads of coffee, that's all we consume.
But you've done a lot, mate. You were telling me in terms of
Yeah.
like percentages here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah. I got a bit geeky, Hassan, to be honest, but I quite enjoy it. It's like statistics, isn't it, So I just figured it out, what I could get the best. I'd look at one thing and go, right, how do we make that better? Even if it's by 1%, or we can drop the waste of the boilies that we have, so we're not got so much scrap bait, which we then have to sell to fisheries rather than do it like a proper bait on the shelf. So I've gone really hard on being that, like trying to get that nth degree all the way through it. And there's still more to go, There's ways of saving the guys 2 minutes every hour picking up their egg. I've designed a system that they don't have to do that now. They can do it in a different way, and it's just constantly evolving. But yeah,
You are being very modest, mate, because I thought about it. Long drive back home after that day. I thought about it, and I think if you gave me what you had, the bait factory, if you gave me the numbers and the production, and you gave me all that, I would not have been able to do 1/10 of what you've done there, mate, because you've clearly put a lot of hard work in. You've clearly really attacked it,
Yeah.
and you've massively educated yourself in something which, to be honest, like, you come from an editorial background, mate. It's not bait production, is it?
no, not at all.
So
The
fair play.
shoot magazine features.
Yeah.
And I think it was a case of, if you can ask questions, whether they're stupid or not, or whether you think they're stupid, just ask them anyway, because you'll soon find out. Google sometimes works. Oddly enough, like don't ever just fall back on Google. It's no problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I say, it's been a real learning curve. But I think if I didn't have the interest, like the passion for it and the drive, if you like, I probably you'd see a very different factory, if you know what I mean. So
fair.
And obviously, I'm not going to say it's just me. I've got 35 other people that work day in, day out, particularly after lockdown where we were so manic.
Yeah.
And they've held it down really well. Like they've done a really good job. And that's why we're recovering quicker than we I perceived in terms of production. So.
Nice. Good.
Enough of my geekiness.
No, mate, I like it. We need to do a full pod and explore the geekiness because it is.
I think, like I say, it's weird. It's even strange things, like you say, you're learning all these new things. I didn't think I would have to learn about local exhaust ventilation, but I have to in order to make sure that our extraction works right and we use the right filters and etc. But that's just one little branch, it's always evolving. And like I say, I just want to keep going. I want to make a gigafactory, like a giant one, like one that's like absolutely huge. It's got everything I could ever dream of. And I could just walk around a happy man. I
don't doubt that it'll happen, mate.
Yeah.
You're a force, Hendry.
Yeah, just want to make Nash like literally a gigafactory. That'd be quite cool.
Lovely, mate. Favourite capture of the year?
Oh, blimey. Right, so I'm going to be the first to admit that I have barely been fishing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
I've done probably this year 20 nights, which for me is normally I try and do Tuesday and Thursday nights, but it's really not really been an option. Obviously, we had lockdown and stuff like that. I did get a bit of time in the spring. I fished a weekend on Kev's Church Lake, which was really cool. Just sort of before we all got told, got to sit at home and enjoy your own company, which I struggle with, I must admit. But
really?
Yeah, just
tough.
I like being busy. My thoughts run away with me, So, but I went with Alfie actually. Alfie caught a really nice one that fully scaled. £37, and then
lovely.
I caught two 44-pounders. So
2 44-pounders.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's not a bad effort, is it?
So it was nice. Like to sort of see it, have that, that little glimmer of fun and enjoyment and all that before the sort of
the hardship
set in.
Yeah,
nice. It was really good.
2 44-pounders.
Yeah, mate, happy.
Highlight of the year.
Probably finding out that I'm going to be a dad.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so that's really cool, and hopefully I'll be a good one.
You'll be a brilliant dad, mate.
I'll try my best.
You
that's
will
for sure.
be brilliant, mate. No doubt about that at all. Lowest point of the year.
Probably there's obviously lots of people that you care about, you meet, you're friends with, you're friendly to. There's people who've been suffering, haven't they, mate, this year?
Really hard.
And your thoughts go out to them, really. There's people that have lost people at this horrible situation. And that sort of brings it really down, doesn't it, as it goes, if you like. And you wouldn't wish that on anyone. So
no.
It's hoping that everyone's all okay and getting through it at this time and the times before. So
good man. What are you most looking forward to about Christmas?
Do you know what? It's actually probably having it where Christmas for me, whereas like the summer holidays and the sort of calmness of it all, everyone feels like they've got that time. If I have a holiday during the year, I'll still work on my emails. I'll do a bit of work in between or whatever. Christmas is the only time that everyone's on the same level. They all just don't bother talking.
Nah.
There might be the odd text to say Happy Christmas, but it's not like, oh, have you done this work, or can you send me this artwork, can you do this for me? That doesn't happen. So Christmas is them little 2 days where I literally have nothing on my brain apart from that time, and then it's back on it again. And I love that. I cherish that deeply, that little Christmas period.
You deserve that, mate.
But no, that's one thing I've really have to say that I think the best thing about Christmas is, and like I say, me and my fiance Charlotte, we obviously get to spend more time together, which is always a
nice.
blessing. So
nice. Funniest moment of the year.
Am I allowed to swear a little bit?
Yeah, of course you are, mate.
Is that right? Sound?
Yeah,
cool.
It's Nash.
It's Nash. It's a bit of a weird one because all the guys are obviously at this site at the farm, so I don't get to see them very often. So I've got more of a one from the bait factory, if you like.
Yeah.
So
bait factory bants.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it kind of works. It's probably a had to be there sort of joke, but we'll go with it anyway. So I'm working with Seb, who is a CAD designer here, and he's working on a sort of project with myself, oversee like a project manager, and we work together to get this end thing going next year. And one of the products or one of the things we need is a giant water tank. So it holds about 20,000 litres of water.
Whoa.
Big cylinder. It's about 3.5, 4 metres tall and about sort of 2 to 3 metres circumference.
It's like a
Probably.
human fish tank.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, you could do a full plunge in it and you could keep fishing it. The lot is massive, unbelievable. But yeah, we obviously Seb had to make this order. So he's emailed the chap, being very professional. Seb is the consummate professional when it's outside Nash, obviously, and inside to a degree, but obviously always have a laugh and a joke because he's one of the guys, you know. So Seb sent this really nicely worded email out, and then at the very end he's gone, so a quote for the wank tank would be very good, please. I look forward to hearing back from you. And this obviously was all kept quiet, and we're dealing with these like 4 or 5 other consultants we're working with, and they're like at the top of their game. Like one of them's a professor at university. So like you think, oh God, like how's this guy going to take
tank.
it? Yeah, so he's sitting there, and I've read it. So Seb hasn't noticed it at this point, and we're like 3 emails down, and I've read it back and gone, Seb, you do realise you called it a wank tank, mate. You should have seen his face. Like he was
Destroyed.
absolutely destroyed. Yeah, done.
That's brilliant.
And literally, like the going joke is now is, oh, have you seen your wank tank, Seb? Like, and it's just going around the factory.
It's an impressive tank.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
But he was all right, matey boy. He was responding to the email.
Yeah, they thought it was hilarious. You know, it just shows you that you just don't know how to take people. Like we've been obviously around these guys, talking to them, working with them for some time. But yeah, you just it was literally just a 50-50 on what was going to happen. But yeah,
fair play. At least they took it well, mate.
Yeah.
That's all right. I like that. Favourite Nash video?
Oh blimey! I bet everyone said Eurobanks, haven't they?
Not everyone. There's been
Really?
there's been a bit of a mix, to be fair.
No, I think for me, yeah, I always enjoy them. You know,
Yeah, they're brilliant.
seeing all the scenery, the guys enjoying themselves, and just doing what they do best, and that's the main thing, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
It's enjoyment, and it gets people going, and like that's what the whole point of our videos are, is to entertain.
Yeah, it's inspiration as well,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
I've been liking the 24 videos. I think they're the nuts. Like I really like them, just because it's like fast paced and it's a bit more, it's attainable, you know.
Yeah.
Like you've got the inspiration of Eurobanks. It's like, oh my god, I want to go to Switzerland. Oh my god, I want to go to Lake Bled. But ultimately,
Realistically.
24 hours down Priory Park in Southend is a bit more achievable. So it's great. It's done. You know.
Although there was more that went on than fishing at Priory
Oh,
Park.
yes.
That story's been told. Favourite Nash product? Could obviously be bait related.
Oh. God, that's hard, isn't it? Do you know what? It's really hard because I've got some in the locker right now that I know will be, if you know what I mean. And
I know you've
and
got
I can't
some
even, I can't talk about it. So, yeah, watch this space. But in terms of Scopex squid, boring as you like, in terms of for me to answer, because I know I'm sort of the bait guy at Nash, but yeah, definitely Scopex squid.
Plume juices?
I'll do, to be honest, this time of year, obviously, me and Gary developed them to sort of give them a bit more of a winter edge, if you like, especially with your pop-up fishing, singles, bags, etc. So this time of year, definitely got a couple of them. I like the white one, though.
Do you?
Yeah, I really do, yeah.
I think I've only used the pink one.
Yeah, I think everyone goes like pink for citrus, but that white, even on a pink pop-up, like the cloud we got off it, proper.
Let's give it a
Yeah,
bit
definitely.
well,
or if you like using liquidized bread in a bag,
Yeah.
like that old school method, but a bit of that.
Old school. Nice. Ambitions for next year?
Get this new new factory done.
The tank. Get the tank in.
Yeah, get the tank in. Yeah, get it all sorted. I think, to be honest with you, for me, as an ambition, it would be nice to get to that point and then actually give myself time to smell the roses.
Yeah.
That would be cool, because I don't do that. I'm just like, what's next? And like,
you are pretty relentless, man.
Yeah, and I think that pays to do that, because you get more satisfaction. And I think, like I say, once this is done, like that deep breath and that walk through.
There's no deep breath, mate, because that kid's coming.
yeah, exactly. Oddly enough, it literally, like the opening of it coincides with the date, the due date.
You wouldn't want it any other way.
No, I couldn't handle it any other way. Just make my life just loads harder. But
what we're doing is sitting down. No. Fair play. New Year's resolutions. Any of them?
Just to smile and be happy and get this year behind us to a degree.
Pretty much echoed the same sentiments in one way or another.
Yeah, hopefully we see the end of this to a degree and we can,
You've done well though,
Carry
despite
on.
it, mate. Bait production has been frantic,
Yeah.
hasn't it?
needed as
Yeah,
well,
well,
you know.
there's people
Seems like
buying
it's
bait.
it's in the industry in general, you know.
Yeah,
But no, it's great, and there's lots of new people as well, Hassan, isn't there? Like there's loads of big sales in the rod licenses.
Yeah.
So that's the nuts, like
Yeah, and
there's loads of
returners, people
yeah,
who've left it for ages come
Yeah.
back.
definitely.
Yeah, it's all good.
That's special in itself. So
Yes. Your Christmas message to the people who are watching, listening. What is it, mate?
have fun and be merry.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice, mate. Very
Bring
nice.
a smile to someone's face if you can.
Yeah, enjoy it. Right, we're going to end with Nash teammates. So,
Right.
pick the teammate that corresponds to the following. Best dressed.
See them all in joggers all the time. That's the trouble, isn't it?
You got to call
I
it.
don't know. I reckon, although he won't be on this podcast, I'd say Seb's pretty fresh. Like
He's been named before.
Well put together, I'd say. Yeah.
Very
Pretty
good.
solid.
Worst dressed.
Gary Bays. I can't believe no one said that.
Yeah, Basie.
Yeah, I've seen some of his plimsolls that are like rotted in the corner of our office, and I think, how did you even wear them?
What a belter.
Yeah. But he doesn't care.
No.
He gets his missus to go to Sainsbury's and literally buy him like 4 pairs of the same shoes, so that if one gets a bit knackered, he'll just put the other one on. I kind of like that. It's
That's-
very like CEO of a big business sort of
I don't need
idea,
it,
isn't
mate.
it? No,
I don't need it.
No.
Funniest.
Dan Yeomans.
Yeah, Danny
He's
boy.
so quick.
And he's
Yeah.
dry. And
Yeah, he's
funny.
dry. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's it.
Top boy. Grumpiest.
I'm sure everyone said it because it's got to be Curly.
Oh, mate, he's been shredded on that question, mate. Absolutely shredded, Curly.
It's just like, even if he won the lottery, he'd be like, can't pissed it wasn't another million.
Yeah.
Like he's like that.
Only 27 million.
Yeah. What am I going to do with that?
Mr. Carpy.
Again, probably Curly.
Yeah,
He's
def-
folded handle boy, isn't he? Like, and all that.
Wilson's come out of that phase, but Curly is proper Carpy, isn't
Yeah,
he?
definitely.
Yeah. Best dancer.
Oh, blimey. Kev at a Christmas party. Stereophonics. That's it.
That has been a popular shout as well. Biggest tackle tart.
Wilson. Yeah.
Most sensitive.
Oh, that's really hard. I don't actually know. Because everyone goes, oh, Wilson cries all the time.
Yeah.
But that's just a facade. That is. It's
Don't
not a
ruin
cry.
Ruin the facade.
Don't ruin the facade. I don't know. Although I did hear Alfie got a roach put up his bum or something, so I think that might be.
Well, he gets up to his
Yeah,
private. Yeah,
he's
that,
got a
I
bit
mean,
angry about it as well. That's
he
quite
must have said
sensitive,
a
isn't it?
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
fair
that'll do. Yeah, that'll do.
Fair play.
Sorry, Alf.
Most organised.
Alan.
Not you.
No, I can't. You can't say yourself, can you? That's idiotic. Like it's got to be the one.
Fair.
Alan is solid, isn't he?
Yeah.
Everything is bang on. If not him, James.
Yeah,
Massey.
Massey.
He's on point.
Good shout.
Yeah.
Takes the longest setting up.
I haven't fished with loads of them. Alfie, if Alfie loses his head, yeah, it's game on.
Good shout.
Can't find that exact piece of gravel he landed on with his leading rod. Head loss. So it would probably be Alfie.
That's not coming out well.
He's
there.
really, really committed though. Like I'll give him that. Like
Don't try and
bang
save it now. Don't
Yeah.
sugarcoat it, mate.
Sorry,
You
Alf.
stuck the knife in. You might as well finish it.
I just feel bad.
No, it's good, mate. But most likely to cast in a tree.
If we got it on film, Wilson casting a tree at Rosebery.
Did Raspberry. Good shout.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Most likely to blank.
Me. If I'm going to nominate me,
Right.
definitely me.
Who would you choose to net your PB?
All of them. I trust
Oh, that's
every
a-
single man. in
What
this
a
place.
lovely shout.
Every single person.
Wow.
If it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. That's the way I look at it. So
Team
if they knock
player.
it off, it's a shame. But that's what happens in life.
What a
Catch it
guy,
again.
Max Henry, mate. And final question. Who is your Nash Tackle Carp Angler of the Year 2020?
Mikey Wilson, because he caught his target fish, the dozer,
Done.
and he worked for that. I'll give him that. He fishes overnighters. proper angling. So credit to the boy.
Well done, the Wilson.
Yeah, mate.
Max,
Thank you,
mate,
mate.
you are a legend. Congratulations once again, mate.
Thank
A very Merry Christmas.
You too?
I look forward to seeing more of you, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
Go and grab the Hendry, mate.
Yeah, I thought I'd leave him to
You're
like
going back
the
to the
last
bait
hurrah.
factory, and yeah?
Yeah.
You're mad, mate.
Yeah, we've got work to do.
We got work to do. Big love, mate.
Take care, mate. See you soon.
What is it they say? Save the best till last,
Exactly.
Henry, mate.
Save the
Henry,
best till last.
welcome. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Top shirt.
Thought I'd go for something a little bit different. Everyone was going for Christmas jumpers. I've gone. The fit's not great. It's a bit of a dad fit, but
That's a good fit, mate, there. Someone's been down the gym in lockdown, haven't they?
not now. Catching all the fish.
Oh, good from you.
Yeah.
And also, a T-shirt is a great call because I've sat next to this log burner, mate, and I am 2 stone lighter than I started today.
It's boiling in there.
So, good shout
Yeah,
from you.
it is
And
warm.
thanks for waiting as well, Henry.
No worries. I think Kev's glad it's getting over. I think he's boring me with his with my fishing stories now.
Oh, you've been punished.
I've been punishing Kev. Yeah, I think so.
Good for
Yeah,
you. Nice.
yeah.
Right, so basically, you've had the questions, a little
Yeah.
summary of the year, a little bit of fun at the end. We'll start with describe your year in 3 words.
I reckon daily organised chaos.
Nice.
That's what I'm going for.
I like that.
That's how I've been living my life this year. Just
Yeah?
because you don't know what's happening, do you? From one day to the next.
No.
Don't know what's happening. Everything seems like a mess. So just take it one day at a time.
You've been pretty chill about it, though, haven't you?
I have been, yeah.
Yeah.
I have been. But I mean, I don't have a lot of responsibilities in my life, to be honest. I think that makes it quite easy. It's not like I've got a family or anything like that to look after. So I've just been like, right, just make the most of it. You can't worry about what's going to happen in 3 months' time. You've not got anyone else depending on you besides at work. So just go with the flow.
You've done well work-wise, mate, haven't you? You have.
Yeah, well, I think it's sort of reflecting what's going on. Like everyone's fishing. You've got loads of new people coming in. People are hungry for information. Me and Alfie, the people who, and the media team are the people who are handing it around, yourself now, are handing that information out. So I think it's quite a good environment for the work to work well, and it has done. So
Very nice. We hinted on the physique cultured by captures. What's your favourite capture this year?
I'd probably say I did manage to squeeze. I managed to get 2 European sessions in this year. One before this all Corona stuff started, and one when we got that little period in the summer to go over to Europe. So I'd say I caught 39-pound, 12-ounce common from a lake in Germany on my last session of a 12-day fishing trip over in Germany and Holland.
Nice.
And it was pretty much the last morning. I had 2 days left, but the 2 days I was spending in Amsterdam, I was picking up my friends from Amsterdam airport that afternoon. Hadn't been a great session, to be honest. The whole trip leading up to it, it was so warm, like mid-30s at night, mid-30s during the day, low 20s at night. Just relentless heat, just working really hard. Don't think Marco from the Benelux team is ever going to fish with me again, just because of how much I was like, come on, let's move. We've got to find them in mid-30 degrees. And eventually I caught on the last morning this really, really nice, like massive German common, which is what I just wanted, something like that. And the way I caught it as well was really, really special. So it was this really deep, like overgrown club lake, really crystal clear water. And because it's my last night as well, I'm making the most of this. Everything's got to be perfect. So I swam out, snorkel on.
Swam out in
snorkels. Like I said, it's crystal clear water. It's 35 degrees. Why wouldn't you want to go swimming?
Yeah.
Borrowed a snorkel off Mark Woosum, and found it was really deep. I found this nice bar, and along the bar, it was quite a steep bar, but every now and then you'd get these little bits where it stuck out, where a carp could feed on. And I'd swim along this bar, finding these little tiny little shelves, look for bits where they just look like they've been cleaned off a little bit, where the fish have been feeding on it. Right, okay, that's a spot. Go up, get the rig, drop it, go up again, a couple of handfuls of bait, get it all perfect.
Yeah.
And that's the rod that went.
That's
that
great
I found.
angling.
Yeah. So that's definitely my favourite catch of the year.
I love that, mate.
100%, yeah.
Well, fish as
Just-
well. We'll overlay the picture of that, mate.
Yeah, just the whole thing, the fish, how nice it was, how big it was, the way it ended the session that was going not too great, and the way I caught it. So, it was
Good angling,
it
Henry.
was definitely a highlight for me.
You know the story behind that one, mate. Well done.
Yeah. it was,
Edges, you'll be snorkeling out everywhere, mate. Watch out.
yeah.
Highlight of your year.
Highlight. Well, that capture obviously was definitely one. I'd say a big highlight for me was learning to zig fish properly. It's something that I remember at the back end of last year being in a conversation with Alf and Tom in the office and them talking about zig fishing because they're both really, really good at it. And I just remember thinking like, oh, it's not something I really do too much. And even saying like, I hate doing it. Like it's always a last resort. And Tommy just said to me, he's like, well, you're missing out on loads of opportunities to catch fish then. And it really stuck with me. And that was one of my New Year's resolutions. I've got on my phone my New Year's resolutions. And that was one of them. It's like, get better at zig fishing.
Really?
And just after lockdown, I didn't really have anywhere to go. My plan was to poach this lake and I got caught poaching it. So that was my year plan ruined on that one. So it was between lakes a little bit. And obviously we got the Royston lakes. And I thought Royston is perfect lake with it being so deep for zig fishing. So I was like, right, that's the plan then. Go there. Give it a go on the zigs. I think I nicked one my first session. I was like, no, it's still not. The way the fish were moving around, and I just thought I should be catching loads here. And then I went back for another session, and yeah, just cracked it. And that's when it was like, you just couldn't. Once I found that depth and I was on that shoal of fish, just couldn't keep a rod in the water. And I had like 5 or 6 sessions like that where you just go, I know where they are at, get the rods out, and you can sometimes you could even see them showing around the lake, especially when there's a lot of pressure. They push out into the middle of Royston on Wood Lake, and you can see them showing, and they'll get close and close to your zig rods, and all of a sudden, left-hand rod will go, middle rod will go, right-hand rod will go. You've got 3 fish in the net. Yeah. You're like, right, okay, let me sort this out. I'm going to get one more back out just so I don't miss opportunity. Before you can even sort the fish out, that one's gone again. And that's when I had a few sessions like that where I was like, okay, that's my highlights. And I'll tell this story the story of zig fishing at Royston to anyone. All the boys are going to be going, oh, great. He's going on about zig fishing at Royston again. But
it's a benchmark. It is a leap of faith putting a bit of foam 100%, out there in the middle of the water.
And I think I always say that to people who ask, like, I'm not comfortable with it. Like, how do I get better at it? It's just going, doing it. And once you've had the few sessions like that,
you're confident.
You're so confident. That's all it is. That's all it is in angling anyway, being confident.
Of course it is, mate.
Yeah, so that was a highlight for me, definitely.
Lowest point of the year.
I told you I'll start telling you this story in the office.
You didn't tell me the whole story. I need the whole story, mate.
So, as I said, between waters around summertime, I had Royston going, and I had my parents live in Leicester.
Oh, the home of the greats, mate.
Home of the greats.
The finest place in the whole of England.
And although I'm from Leicester originally, I'm a big Derby County fan.
It was a lost sheep.
A massive Derby fan, and I thought how great it would be to catch a carp in front of the Leicester ground, wearing a Derby shirt, and I knew that there's a river that goes along the Leicester ground. So I thought, right, I'm going to try and do that. So found this swim where I could do it from, where I could just basically get rods out because it's proper overgrown down there. Had a few times the security at Leicester sort of looking at me a bit funny as I'm sort of coming out in and out of the bushes, but I didn't get caught or anything down there. Went out in a boat, found a few nice spots, baited it for a couple of weeks. Then I started fishing it. I did 3 nights, nothing, absolutely nothing. And I've got to say, I hated fishing it. Like, you're in amongst all it's a river in the middle of a city.
Urban,
like,
it's proper urban.
And you just like, all this rubbish around you and you can't move anywhere. There's nowhere to go. You just sat there.
Yeah.
I really, really didn't like it. So I did 3 nights blanking. Went back for another session, blanked the first night. Then the second night, in the evening, my parents had actually just come down because they wanted to see where I was fishing.
Up to,
I think they looked at me like sat underneath amongst all this rubbish, thinking, "What is our son doing? Like, what is he on?" And just as they came into my swim, I had a room. Picked the rod up, drag was on tight, just stripping line, like 20 seconds. All of a sudden, I feel it grating, ping. It was one of those fish captures that for like months after, all of a sudden I just think about it again. You're just like, no. You just think back to it, and it could have been a big barbel. I don't know if there's big barbel in there. I don't think there is.
Not really, mate.
I don't have a clue what's in there in that stretch. I mean, you said that
I fished it a little bit further up. If you go a bit further up, there's like a big AstroTurf complex, St Margaret's Pastures, and it flows into Abbey Park where you're not allowed to fish. Yeah. And there used to be a good head of decent carp that were in there, especially the Weirpool there, but you weren't allowed to fish it. But they used to come out to that stretch,
Right.
and you're a bit further along than that.
Yeah.
So there definitely would be some, but I'm talking, so I'm like young, mate. I'm fishing that at like 12, 13 years of age.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I walked up and down the stretch quite a lot
yeah.
in the summer. Never saw anything. Saw a few chub and stuff. It definitely wasn't a chub what I hooked, 100%.
No.
So I don't know what's in there. Like I said, I did 5 nights. I did 2 more nights after that, and that was the one bite I had.
That was the one bite.
And it's just, and after that, it just got too much for me sitting in on that rubbish and just not enjoying it. And
To be revisited. If you had a
Maybe.
Derby County shirt on, I'm, well, in a way, no, because I quite like you, but that hook pull should have happened. That's absolutely ridiculous. But I'll take your low
yeah,
point.
It
It
was a bad one.
Yeah, not the one. What are you looking forward to most about Christmas?
Normally, it's all the football. Like
Yeah.
I like, obviously, love spending time with family and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you got to say.
You've had to say that because your mum's watching.
Yeah,
That's cool,
exactly.
that's cool.
But no, for me, I love all the football you get around there. Me and my dad, we go to a couple of away games as well, so you get like that 2-week period where you just go into
Nice.
football all the time. I really like that, but won't be able to do it this year. So so I think this year is just nice that you feel like this terrible year is coming to an end. You spend it with people that you love, and just sort of being. I think it's going to be quite a nice Christmas, just to be thankful for what you do have, which I think for a lot of people, this is what this whole year's been about, just being very appreciative of what you do have and sort
Very
of
true, mate.
yeah,
Very true.
taking stock on your life. So yeah,
Funniest moment of the year?
I've got a couple, but I think from what the boys have said, it seems like they've already been told. Something about a maggot and Dan.
Oh, Dan Yeomans and the maggot.
Yeah, so
You don't need to say anymore, mate.
Alfie and the roach.
Alfie and the roach has also been said.
So they're my 2 funniest.
There's a lot of animal sort of backside sort of. Oh, mate,
Gives a
what
bit
is
of
going on
impression
there,
of,
boys?
of what we're like.
What a
at now.
professional outfit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think which one. The Alfie one was just hilarious. I've never seen Alf turn like that. It was. We were
Sad.
Yeah,
Lost his head.
Yeah, we just netted this lake and obviously had a load of roach that we were going to use for dead bait. And we in the car park and going through all these dead baits. And Alan was just doing a couple of bags for me and Alfie because we were doing a bit of dead bait in this window. And I could just see in Wilson's eye when he realised what he could do. He just looked at me like that, was like, "Give me one." Just shoved it straight down Alfie's trousers. Alfie just lost it. He picked up this roach and threw it at Wilson with so much venom. I've never seen Alf angry to that level. And it was just Wilson legged it.
But they're all right now. They're sweet.
Yeah, they're fine now.
Roach Gate is over.
Roach Gate's over, but I think Wilson knows that Alfie could have him if he wants.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I think Wilson's scared of Alfie now.
Is he?
I think so.
As long as he didn't cry, we're all right.
Yeah, but those are probably not too funny. There's just so many. I was thinking back about it in the office. There's so many times in the office where I'm like almost on the floor in tears laughing. And I can't even remember what we were laughing about.
Just
but
daily,
yeah, it's
isn't
just
it?
like daily, just loads of
Good
blokes working
times,
together.
mate.
Yeah,
That's what you
exactly.
want from your work. You can't ask for more,
100%.
can you?
Yeah, I love it.
Favourite Nash video?
This year,
Yeah.
definitely Henry Lennon's 24 winter fishing. No, not that.
Get
not
it
that.
watched. You said it, man. I'm gonna
Yeah,
cut
that's the plug.
anything
That's
else
the
out,
plug.
mate.
Eurobank 6. I'm sure a lot of people have probably said that, but there was a section in that where Alan and Ollie go and fish a lake in Switzerland that I grew up fishing, and just the way they captured that, like, I remember when Dan showed me the first cut of it, I was just like, he said to me, I was like, thank you for that, because that was amazing. That's like just
That's a piece of personal history.
oh
for
yeah,
you.
massive. I love it. Like, it gives me goosebumps when I watch it. Just the history of the place, what it meant to me growing up fishing it. I remember Eurobanks 2 had just come out, so I must have been about 17. I was still at school over in Switzerland, and I remember fishing it. I think I think I'd just caught a couple that year. Like I said, there's only sort of like 9 fish in there. I caught a couple that year, and I remember when I was fishing it one time, just after watching Eurobanks 2, thinking, what a great lake this would be for a Eurobanks episode. Like, what an amazing lake it would be. And then fast forward however many years it is, and yeah, they're there fishing it.
They
And
caught that real old.
that was the last fish I ever caught there as well myself. And I'm convinced that was the only 2 times that fish has ever been caught.
That's
without
amazing.
Without a doubt. Like, it is just the most amazing place. And yeah, I loved fishing it growing up.
That's
like,
cool.
when we first found it, me and my mates, we were just sort of spin fishing for the little jack pike in there. And it was just when I started getting into moving away from just sort of float fishing and more into, like, I wanted to catch bigger fish. And we saw these big shapes moving across the water, and we thought they were big pikes, as you do when you're sort of 14. You're casting your spinners towards them, trying to foul hook them, terrible angling.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
do that ever.
No.
Then is when I started to realise they were carp. That's when it was like, okay,
What a
let's have
gem,
go.
mate.
Oh, amazing! I've got a photo of my very first one that I caught there. You're not allowed to fish there, which I think I've said for pretty much every single water I've talked about today.
Seems to be a constant
Yeah,
theme, mate. For you.
And there's just as I caught it, it was 33 pounds, I think, which was my PB at the time.
Wow.
Free line sweet corn, going out in the middle of the water to net it because it got weeded up. Broke my landing net when I brought it back, and I got this photo of me holding it like this. In the background, you can see all the feet of these kids because they'd done like a school nature walk around it.
Yeah.
And all these kids were just watching me catch it, and all the teachers just shouting at me in Swiss German, going, "You're not allowed to fish here. What you doing? Put that fish back." And I'm just like, "Yeah, I will." And then to my friend Tom, I'm like, "Tom, quick, take a picture, take a picture."
That's a mega fish.
Oh, it's such a cool lake, but it's sad because I think a lot of the fish are dying now.
Yeah.
Alan and Ollie said they only could find 2, the one they caught, and then
There was one on the drone they had.
one on the
wasn't there?
drone in that carp, and those carp holes, you normally see them all in there. You see them all in there, and they'll come away from there through the weed, and you see like the carp roads they'd made through the weeds, through the weed beds, and if they only saw 2 with a drone, and Alan and Ollie, I think they know what they're looking for, and I think they're dying sadly.
Even better to catch one.
But my mate sent me a video October time, who still lives there. He lives right by it, and he cycled around and sent me a video of those 2 carp again. So
Still
those
there?
2 are still in there. I'd love next year to go and try and catch one more before they all die, but you never know.
You never know.
You never know. One more tough winter over there. They live under a couple of foot of ice, and it could do
see
them in.
off,
But
couldn't it?
yeah, but no, that definitely that one, just because of that.
Nice.
The whole film was great, but that little piece, it just meant a lot to me.
Favorite Nash product?
Baiting pole.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
No one
Gotta
said
be.
it.
Has no one said it?
No one said it.
No, I mean you associate it with a lot with Ollie, but I don't remember the last time when I could cast. If it was baiting pole distance, I don't remember the last time I cast because it just I don't know why you wouldn't like.
Yeah.
You get perfect presentation, you get accurate baiting around it, and you don't split the fish from casting. Like, why wouldn't you use the baiting pole?
Great
Yeah,
shout.
yeah.
Great product. Ambitions for next year?
I say this every year. Well, the last 2 or 3 years is to get a UK 40.
It'll happen.
I need to get one. I need to, yeah.
It'll happen, mate.
I just bounce around too. I was just talking about it in the kitchen. I just bounce around between lakes too much. I get too distracted. I need to focus, catch a big one. That's the plan.
You just want to go to church, mate. That's what
Yeah.
you want to do. New Year's resolutions? It was zig fishing last year. What's on the list?
I don't really have any this year. I'm the perfect human being already. So
Done.
Yeah,
Complete.
Nothing else to work on. That's not the case at all. Loads to work on. Yeah, I don't know. UK 40 is just same as
Fair.
UK 40. That's the goal.
Your Christmas message to the Nash watching public or listening public?
Up the Rams.
Up the
Rams.
Oh, we're going to gloss over that and move on to Nash teammates. Your
Okay.
corresponding teammate for the following. Best dressed.
I don't think any of us are that well dressed. I mean, when we go into the office, we were wearing. I get rinsed at work for sometimes wearing jeans because I'm too smart,
Mad.
which is just
Mad.
mental when you think about it. Jeans are too smart. So Wilson, I think.
Yeah.
Wilson wears some pretty wavy garms sometimes.
Wavy garms.
Yeah.
Worst dressed.
He's not gonna like me saying this, but I think Blair.
Blair.
I just don't get it.
P45.
Yeah. It's not that he's not that he's bad jet. It's just a style that I think it's because I could never pull it off.
Yeah. Well, never say never.
Nah, I don't know. I think that's why. I think I could never pull it off. So I think I'm gonna go with Blair.
Well,
on
no,
that
your
one.
secret Santa is, mate. It's from
Yeah.
Blair tracksuits. Funniest.
Dan.
Yeah.
Dan cracks me up.
Grumpiest.
Curly.
Oh, Curly's been
Curly's-
absolutely
Sorry,
hammered on
Curly.
that.
You know I love you, Curly, but yeah, I think you got grumpiest on that one for sure.
Mr. Carpy.
Oh, Curly's got his name in for this one, but I think it's probably Brad.
Yeah, Bradders. Bucket
Brad
hat
is
Bradders.
yeah, definitely Brad. He's just yeah. See, because Curly, he is Carpy, but I think he likes to remind people he's Carpy, whereas Brad just easy,
is, lives
easy,
it.
yeah. He's just very Carpy.
Best dancer.
Not seen too many people dance actually. Kev, actually. Kev can throw a few shapes.
Kev's renowned.
So, yeah, the last year's Christmas party. Yeah.
A few sherbets and then he's on it.
Who else? Blair. Blair's all right. I've not seen too many people dance, but yeah.
Ooh, throwing another one in the mix. Biggest tackle tart?
I don't think we're too bad at Nash for this. Wilson, just because he used to fold his reel handles. I don't think he does that anymore.
Good shout.
But no, we're not too bad. Wilson, Alfie likes to be, but there's more. He likes to be very clean and organised, and he's scared of mud and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
goes well with being outdoors. That.
Yeah, yeah. Doesn't like roach. He's scared of roach as well, isn't he? Like
roach.
He's not really the perfect fisherman. That, but
most sensitive.
Alpha Wilson again. Yeah.
The two that crop up.
Yeah.
Most organised.
Probably one of our new videographers, Sam.
Mr. Barron.
Sam Barron. Yeah, he's very. I remember he sent me a video once of he was getting some shots ready, and he sent me a video of his TT, and everything was just perfectly organised, and that's when I was like, all right, yeah, he needs to be. He's organised. Yeah.
Let's mess that up.
Yeah, that'll be the worst for that. Yeah.
Takes the longest setting up.
Probably curly again. Just because everything's got to be slugs. Yeah, everything's got to be quite precise. I remember we fished this little Cambridgeshire lake where we got there really late. We were leaving before light. We had like 6-7 hours fishing. It was just a case of, right, that's a patrol route. Just drop something on there that you know is going to be presented. And he was just there, just slowly leading away, finding this perfect spot. Like, yeah, that's all right. Then he's just making sure his fluorolink's perfectly steamed and just being very meticulous, which is a good thing, but very slowly meticulous as well, to the point where it was like
painful.
Curly, we need to go now. Like, slugs. Slugs.
Most likely to cast in a tree.
I reckon a few people have said me on this one.
I cannot divulge secrets.
I reckon a few people have said this. I mean, I think that's unfair. Wilson's done it on camera, hasn't he?
That's come up, that Wilson. Is documented.
Yeah,
forever.
Wilson.
Well done. Most likely to blank.
Dan.
Yeah. Silly venue choice.
Yeah. He's done 3 years on one lake, 3 bites, of which he's landed 2 of them, and it was the same fish.
Yeah, repeat.
That's
still an achievement on that lake, though. We'll give him that.
Yeah, but don't tell him.
No, you can't come any of this. Who would you choose to net your PB?
This, for me, is the easiest question you've asked, and the person who I'm going to say has netted my PB. Tom Forman.
Tommy Forman.
Without a doubt, you'd want Tom to do it.
Safe hands.
Oh, he's just, reliable. Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Last question. Who is your Nash Tackle Carp Angler of the Year 2020?
Does this have to be in-house? Or can we do some of the consultants? Or
Yeah, you can go to consultants. Anybody that's a Nash.
I might go for Mark Vusen.
Oh, beautiful man.
Beautiful man. He's had a really good year. He's caught some really, really nice fish.
Yeah.
And he's been up against it. I know a few things went on in Germany where he's a few politics that he was wrongfully accused of. It's all been sorted out now, where he got a lot of stick for something that he should not have got a lot of stick for at all, and was not his fault. But still caught a lot of mad carp, ridiculous fish. I actually went over and fished that lake with him before landing that big one in Germany.
Yeah.
And it's just the heat, I think, killed it. I don't think he blanked all year there. We did 2 nights and blanked both nights, besides a massive catfish. But I just wanted to fish that lake because of what he was catching out of there.
Yeah.
I'd probably say Vusen.
Yeah, big.
Also, Thibaut. From the French team. He's had that linear.
I don't think I'd carp fish again.
Yeah, that has completed it.
An absolute fish and a half.
I know. Another angler who could put the name in for this, James Massey.
Yeah.
He's after that one, but the amount of people who have said to me that's in like their top 3 carp. Yeah. Best looking carp ever. And
overslung mouth, linear, dark. What more do you want?
Just not what you'd associate with a French fish either. Not at all. So I'd say it's between Vusen, Tib, James Massey, who's had a really good year. Samir and Claire as well. They've done really. Yeah.
You're basically just naming the whole team.
I was going to say,
it's good. It's very political, down the line, no alienation.
Yeah,
spread the love.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
Henry, mate, you've been a legend. You are the last guest.
know.
All that's left for me to say is a massive thank you to everybody at Nash for welcoming me. A massive thank you to all of you for watching or listening. A very, very Merry Christmas and the happiest, healthiest and most prosperous of New Years. Big love. See you soon.
In a bit.